I can't believe our sound didn't work last time.
Listen, man.
That's crazy. But it's all right.
It's not gonna go right the first time.
You're right. All right, we'll
the
get
hell?
this started then. So, welcome to the Cinema Calendar. We watch every movie every month.
I try to.
At least we try to.
Try to. That's the goal.
That's the goal. That's going to be the goal for a pretty long time. And so, yeah, last month now, December, I guess I watched, 20 films I want to say it was? Maybe it was 19, and then plus Squid Games, I guess 20. 20 media forms I watched, not counting whatever else I was watching. So, and then you watched a decent amount too.
Yeah.
So, well, since we already messed up one recording,
It's all right.
that's okay. I guess we're just gonna try. You've came back and watched some other things, so hey, you got a little bit of more
insight.
a little more insight, so we can talk about that kind of stuff and everything, and we can talk about Squid Game. So I guess we'll get right into it. So I guess we watched 19 films and then one show last month of December 2024.
Last year.
Happy New Year. So I guess we'll just go quickly through the 3 out of 10s that we gave.
Okay.
Because we gave 2 3 out of 10s. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, it was probably wait, hold on. Wait, 3 out of 10?
Yeah, 3 out of 10. Do you remember the 2 3 out of 10s we gave?
Hold on. Let me see. It had to be werewolves.
Yeah. It was
And and Night Bitch. It had to be.
werewolves. It was werewolves and Get Away.
Oh, Get Away.
Get Away. You didn't see Get Away, so I don't blame you. So we'll start with Get Away, I guess, real quick. Not too much. Again, we've already talked about it.
Yeah.
So you already know exactly what I'm probably going to say.
Uh-huh.
But just a quick rundown again. Get Away was the...
If somebody could read lips.
Yeah,
They
if
could-
someone... we have a 3-hour video file ready to be watched at any moment.
And only watch.
And only watched.
Not
Yeah,
listened.
yeah. Silent video only.
There's still subtitles on it.
There's nothing. There's nothing. Anyway, Get Away, the 2024 Get Away film. I watched that in the beginning of December. Hot trash. I spent $16. The only film I spent $16
That was the AMC one.
That was the AMC one.
Of course.
None of them are in Regal. Shout out Regal. Regal Unlimited. So Get Away was about the one family I told you about, which it was like a family of 4, mother, daughter. So mother, father, teenage daughter, teenage son. It was super bland, basic, boring family. Yeah. The trailer you watched about it.
Like the really weird horror movie.
Really
wasn't a horror
weird.
movie.
Yeah. So it was a horror comedy, I guess. And so
From the trailer, it literally reminded me of damn. What's that Jordan Peele movie?
which one? Get Out or
No, not Get Out.
Us?
Us.
I guess. I mean, apparently this director is really famous for doing that, like making movies that are like weird and like out of touch. I don't know exactly. I didn't look into his whole thing, but yeah, made Get Away. He made it. Can you check on my notes? I put how much the movie cost. I just look up it's under Get Away. It's right down there. Get Away. So what the movie cost? So yeah, so $650,000 budget, and it only made what, 169,000 opening.
What a flop, bro.
Opening, yeah. So incredible flop, honestly.
What a flop.
The highest reviews I've seen for it was like 6.5, maybe 7, with people were just like loving the artistic design of it. I don't know. To me, it was garbage, and I hated it. It wasn't funny. It had a terrible like killing scene that I told you about, where it was just like mindless rampage killing from this family, and it made really weird sexual jokes. The acting was not good. The music was not good. The music was louder than the scenes half the time. So like it was just overly loud music. I couldn't even hear what they were saying at times. It didn't hit the mark on anything. In my opinion, it missed every mark. The only thing that I liked was the fact that Sweden's just beautiful. And this was filmed in Sweden. This is, I guess, maybe a Swedish film where it's like it had Swedish actors and everything with that. Really dumb subplots, really bad characters. Just not a good film. Don't watch that film. Okay. That's a film.
I probably couldn't even if I wanted to.
So Get Away, 3 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Deservedly so.
Werewolves. This was most you. I didn't give Werewolves a 3 out of 10. I gave it like a 4.5, if that means anything. But so 4.5 for me. But you gave it such a low score that I was like, let's just do 3 out of 10. Werewolves.
Yeah. I just no. There was I don't know. There's a lot wrong. There's a lot wrong with it. I mean, it was. I think regardless though, out of all the movies I rated low, it's probably one of the only ones that I'd watch again, just because like it was funny bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the camera quality was low.
God awful.
The
Terrible.
whether the werewolves were CG or not, like they looked really bad.
Garbage.
But it was just, I don't know, they were just so funny looking to me. Like, I don't know, I enjoy something that's so bad it's funny.
Yeah, true.
Because like I like to see what other people think
Right.
about it. Like, I don't want to say that like Terrifier 3 is in that vein.
Yeah,
but it's a little similar to where like it's not even horror at that point. It's literally just a comedy. Like like at no point was I ever terrified. But at the same time, it's like I love to see people's reactions to like all these like super outlandish like children just getting blown up. That's hilarious.
Right.
Kind of. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Hold on, listen. Before we get on the list, before we get on some kind of list, let's make sure we know.
There's like certain things are just like for like the scene where like the neighbors just like buckled down in his house, didn't barricade a single thing, and just get a fridge thrown through his home. Like that's just
that was such a crazy just. I mean, if you bass boost that scene, bro, that's a whole meme.
Yeah, literally.
Just this guy's just sitting there ready. He's scared shitless, and bang, a whole fridge thrown at his face, and he just doesn't die, and boom, moonlight turns into it. So, premise was trash. I mean, the main character was garbage.
A lot of cheesy one-liners.
A lot of cheesy one-liners. Again,
a lot of super what do you call it, cliche things. Happen in that movie.
Yeah, the mother was not smart. Where she was just shooting holes into the ceiling when moonlight is the thing that turns you into a werewolf.
Yeah,
garbage. And she wasted all shotgun shells. The whole scene where the main character's love interest just gets yoinked at the car.
They build her up so much. They build her up so much, and you think she's gonna be like this super important character. They go through literally like 3 or 4 different trials and tribulations on their way to like the main character's house to go save his whatever sister-in-law.
Whatever, yeah, she is, yeah.
And then they're about to get into the car, she gets snatched up by a werewolf, and then that's literally it. That's legitimately all that happens. Like I thought that there was gonna be like a whole nother act where like he like goes and tries and saves her or whatever the case. No, he kind of just like sits there.
Yeah, gives her a moment of silence.
Yeah,
and calls it.
Yeah, and then he's just like, all right, damn.
He's like, I gotta get back to
like that's crazy.
Yeah,
and then he just goes and saves the day.
Dips. And the whole like underground society that could have been cool. They completely never touched on again. They go down there, they see underground society in the works. And then next thing you know, they just lead them to a tunnels, and they never are spoken about. They're never seen.
Which is really weird too, because like, I feel like it's implied that like this only happens like once a month, right?
Yeah.
Because it's only during the full moon. So,
only during the full moon.
What do they do?
Maybe if it was like
for the rest of the year.
I don't know. To me, it was like kind of like a Purge-esque.
You
know. But it was just not hit on any way correctly. Again, just nothing hit good. And again, the most annoying thing, not that we're film critics or anything, but the cinematography was dog ass. Just absolute trash. The camera they used was so bad. The blue tint filter they used was trash. But the camera really annoyed me. And the second I pointed it out, I couldn't see the film in any way, shape, or form good, because it didn't take light very well. So like the whole glare, you even said you could see some pixelization and like the whole, which if you're gonna make a film,
the whole movie's in low light, right? So like you think they choose something that's like more suited for that,
right? And they just don't. And but also even I feel like maybe they tried to. But then they use the same camera they were recording for the low light with the bright ass sunlight scene. So the glare from the sunlight to you can't see anything at night to just bad film. That sucked. You said you'd see it again though.
Yeah, I would definitely see it again.
But okay, werewolves.
But not by myself.
Not by yourself. Fair enough. It would have to be with a bunch of friends chilling.
Yeah, literally.
In in your living room and just throw it on.
Yeah, exactly.
So okay, werewolves then 3 out of 10.
I'll give it 3 out of 10. That's
3
fine.
Out of 10. All right, perfect. We'll go into the 4 out of 10s now, I guess. Baby Girl's 4 out of 10. You didn't see Baby Girl, but it was trash. It sucked. I hated it. Antonio Banderas was the husband of the main character, the wife. She's a CEO, and she cheats on her husband, and then she's cheating on him with the intern or something like that. This young 20-year-old guy. She's 40 plus, so already I didn't like the premise.
Yeah.
Why are you showing me a 20-year-old with a 40-year-old? All right, I get it. It happens. Don't show it to me. All right. And so her husband, Antonio Banderas, gets his ass kicked when he finds out that.
Yeah, when you told me that was insane, bro.
So funny. This guy's getting stomped out, cheated on. His wife doesn't respect him, and then also the whole movie turns it on him. They're like, he didn't satisfy her enough. This is her fantasy. So this guy just doesn't win.
Yeah.
Antonio Banderas, I'll never look at him the same. Legendary actor. He's a bitch in this film. Main character, she did a good job. She acted well. The cinematography was fine. It was an A24 film, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was an A24 film.
A24 film. So my opinion,
which is weird. I don't know. Like that's not what I think of when I think of an A24 film, but.
It wasn't a hit. It was an erotic. Damn, what was it called? Can you check real quick?
It said you put erotic thriller, but
erotic thriller. Yeah,
I feel like it's probably more like an erotic drama.
It was an erotic thriller because, like, I guess it gave you a thrill, or maybe she was. I don't know, but that kind of erotic thriller. This felt like a fanfic kind of film.
Yeah.
Trash. Not much good to say about it. But then again, I will say this is a movie made by a woman, so maybe the audience was just not me. That being said, I didn't like it. So 4 out of 10 for Baby Girl. Homestead. Well, yeah, Homestead is we're going to the 4.5 rating now. Not much better, but 4.5. Homestead. I was telling you about. It's a badly shot, badly made CW television series. It's the pilot episode and the second episode merged into a movie.
So it's not even really a movie.
It's not even a movie.
It's not even a movie.
It was trash. It was trash. They tried to do a whole apocalyptic kind of thing. I wouldn't even watch the series now.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But if you did want to see something like this, you can look it up and see is Homestead anything that I'd want to watch? It shouldn't be, but by all means.
I mean, you never know. Maybe they cook later.
Yeah.
Maybe they cook later.
Maybe the show, but honestly, at this point, waste of time to go to the film and watch to the theater and watch this film. Just watch the series at that point. So Homestead was trash. There's almost nothing good I can say about it, but I guess it had some cool thoughts and ideas to it, and the acting was bad, but not as bad as I'd say something like Werewolves or Get Away. So I could watch Homestead again. That's why I gave it a 4.5. But would I want to see it again? Absolutely not. And at this point, I'd rather just watch the series if I'm watching anything at all.
Yeah.
So Homestead 4.5.
And how long was that movie?
It was I think it was 2 hours, something like that. It was an hour and a half, 2 hours. It was in between that range. It was not good. Another film we gave 4.5 was Night Bitch.
Yeah.
And we watched that together.
Yeah.
Bright and early. And, it really connected with us because we're both mothers. So,
yeah.
Me and my children, we watched this film.
Did you have flashbacks from birth?
I had flashbacks from birth, right? And when I turned into a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And being a stay-at-home mom.
That film sucked. That film was trash.
I'm literally gonna just chalk it up to me genuinely not being a target audience for that. Like I said, I can respect some of the things that they were trying to say in the movie in regards to what it means to co-parent, what it means to raise a kid, and things of that nature. What it means to to do work-life balance, and things of that nature. All of those things, I got, but that grander plot of being a woman specifically, and all the changes that you go through as a woman when you give birth, I just couldn't. I was talking to Sam from Pastry, and she was just speaking to me about all the things that kind of happen when you give birth.
Become a mother and
She was talking about how basically every mother goes through postpartum depression, which is essentially you literally get depressed after you have the baby because of all these hormonal imbalances. And I've heard of it before. I thought it was something you'd go through for a week. Apparently, some people go through it for a month or even a year, where they're just super depressed, and you gotta sludge through that, and still raise your kid.
And you still gotta raise your kid. You still gotta be an operating person. You gotta go back to work. So mothers are incredible by all means, and I'm sure we can both agree on all those things. As a film, though, to me, it just didn't land. Again, first of all, we were the only 2 people in that theater, so it was really weird. I think that was the only film we saw that we were the only 2 people in that theater.
Right. That is right.
And so I don't know if it did well or not. I don't care to check either. At the end of the day, this is not a film made for me, you, any guy in general. I wouldn't recommend watching this. But if you're maybe a mother or a girl, we talked to Sam and who she now is gonna have another kid as well. So we talked to her, and so we'll get back her thoughts eventually. Maybe she likes it, and maybe she loves the message. To me, it was really weird. The main actress, she was not terrible. Her role was just weird. The whole like, it felt really preachy at some points, and it just, I don't know. It was a bad story. I don't know. If your whole premise is turn into a dog because you're giving a kid, it's not the best. And so
yeah, that's like I mean, they make that a big point in the movie, and I just still I don't understand like what that equates to. I'm just assuming these are just things that like women can relate to already. Like it's not something that I'm assuming it's not something that I can look at and immediately like understand.
Yeah.
So it's just like, again, I compared it to like that TikTok trend where like where like where like the TikTok trend where like it'd be like all right, let's fool the girls, and it'd be like some weird obscure picture, and like guys would get it.
Let's fool the girls.
Yeah, let's fool the girls, and it'd be like something weird, right?
Like, oh, guys, you'll understand. It's a guy skipping rocks in the water,
exactly,
and like breaking ice or something.
Exactly, and like women be like, I don't get it. It's like, it's because it's a guy thing. It's like it doesn't have to be spoken about. No. And you think about it, you go in the comments, and everybody's thinking what you're thinking. Like I'm assuming that's what the movie was like.
Trying to do for mothers.
Yeah, exactly.
Specifically mothers.
Yeah.
It wasn't about women either. It was specifically about mothers.
Yeah, I mean, no, yeah.
Because it really didn't like. I think even shaded some women. You know.
Yeah.
Because I remember like. I think when she was talking to one of her friends that wasn't a mother, or like her art director that wasn't a mother or whatever.
Well, I think no, she was a mother, but like she
maybe forgot.
She was a mother, but she was like a businesswoman who like didn't take care of her kid.
Okay,
like so, like she had a nanny, and then like that was what she was doing like to pursue her career, and it, like I guess like it was like one of those things, like, she was feeling bitter about, I guess, because
she was just shitting on her for having a nanny.
Yeah.
What? Okay. Again, I don't know. Didn't land for me. So we give Night Bitch a 4.5 out of 10.
I'll do a 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah,
Night Bitch.
I mean, I would never watch it again, but it wasn't bad.
Either.
I just didn't get it.
Yeah. I mean, we'll hear some thoughts on it again, and maybe when I'm a father, I'll look back on it and be like, that movie is facts.
Now, I mean, yeah.
For right now, I have no thoughts about that film. And I guess our last film for like the worst films we've seen in December is Y2K.
Okay.
And we give Y2K a 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Y2K, we were both really disappointed by the best friend dying because he carried the film. I don't know his name. I forgot his name. He carried the whole fucking film. He was just a fat guy. He was just really funny.
Really charismatic.
And his death 30 minutes into the film killed the film.
It was.
Even though the film was an hour 30, trust me, that 30 minutes with him is 10 times better than the hour without him.
And it's just one of those films that, like, I mean, I'm not sure if that was what they were going for or not, but like, it just didn't, like, I can't tell if it was trying to take itself serious or not. But I'm just gonna go ahead and say I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like literally everybody's death was made into a joke,
complete joke.
And I just couldn't enjoy it for that reason.
Yeah.
And again, just like pick a lane, I guess, or know when to like.
When to switch it on or off. Maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cause like, the way some of these people died are like just dumb.
It was dumb as fuck.
They're just so dumb.
And it wasn't Terrifier dumb.
No.
It was genuinely just stupid.
I mean, because like the how they die in Terrifier. It's completely valid. Like if you're taking a shot, somebody comes to you with a chainsaw, like
you're gonna die.
Yeah, you're gonna die. But these people
just because they're showing cock and ball shots doesn't mean doesn't mean that it's not a very terrifying way to die.
But but like in Y2K, these people are like they can't run away from an RC car.
Yeah.
Or some nonsense like that. It's like, all right, well.
Or like the lady where she was like laying down and like
she gets drilled in the head.
She gets drilled in the head.
Or like the slowest moving thing in the world.
Somehow it had enough force too. I'm not gonna get into a physics.
Yeah. That's a little bit too much, but
yeah. They had a horrible some of the side characters. They were really bad actors. First of all, they were terrible actors. Second of all, I know you fell asleep during the second half of this film, so let me just tell you, you're never gonna watch this film again. So I'm just gonna let you know. There's this whole scene where remember the bully with the camcorder?
Yeah, you mean when he was like grinding on the rail and it just died immediately?
Not him. Oh, that was hilarious though. That was dumb.
That was
hilarious,
dumb.
Though. His best friend, the guy that followed him around everywhere.
Okay.
Him. Apparently, he's an aspiring rapper.
Okay.
And there's some really trash rapping in this film.
Okay.
It's garbage. And then I think they brought in Fred Durst. I don't know if you remember Fred Durst.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's this rock kind of guy from the 2000s. And he's in the film for some reason.
Okay.
Really bad. It's terrible. I don't know why they did this. All right. But hey, you know what? The main character, he plays that role great. If I ever make a movie.
Fred Durst. I see.
Yeah, Fred Durst. There you go.
Literally, one of the first images that come up is.
That's him.
Is him.
That's him. That's Fred Durst.
He's in a Y2K.
Of course. That's him. That's the guy.
The Y2K. All right, I guess.
But yeah, the main character, though, plays that role to perfection.
Yeah.
If I ever need a really young-looking, nerdy, really uncool main character, or any character, I'm hiring him. He kills it. And then the best friend, he plays that role in probably every film he does, just the fat, funny friend.
Yeah,
but he kills that role. So don't stop. Don't ever stop.
Like, I don't think they're as good as like Jonah Hill and Michael Cera.
Okay, but you're
because
talking about...
I feel like that's like the same archetype though.
Sure.
Which is funny to me because like they're like that.
But if they keep this up for the next 20 years, I feel like they could be on that level.
I mean, but remember that was like one of their first films though too.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's like off the rip. They're
they're not there yet.
Yeah, they're really good. But again, Superbad was also like a really great script. Like that was actually
a good film.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not the same, but I do like
was a genuinely good film.
I do like those sort of friendships though.
Yeah, that's
true. Like the super awkward and super outgoing, but like they're both still geeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just one more like accepts it, and one's like, nah, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Like one is like okay with who they are, and the other one wants to be more, but is not willing to do more. Like that whole archetype is like I like that.
Yeah, it's cool. I agree. All in all, though, Y2K was really disappointing. It was shot beautifully. I'll give it that. It was shot beautifully. The acting was all right. Just boring. I would not watch this film again.
Yeah, the trailer made it seem better,
way better than
what it was. Yeah.
I did this as a double feature with werewolves. So that was the worst evening, afternoon, day. I mean, I used a day off from my hard work job.
3 hours
to watch 3 hours of terrible films. All right, but I guess okay. So Y2K then 5 out of 10.
I'm cool 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
I'm cool 5 out of 10.
But live with that average film. It's an average film. Don't watch it. So okay, then that wraps up our horrible films of December 2024. Okay. So now I guess we can talk more about like some of the other films that we watched. Kraven, I don't want to give too much into it. Kraven, though, we have a love-hate kind of. We were really excited to see Kraven, both of us, because we went to the New York Comic Con. We met Aaron Taylor Johnson. We saw him.
Yeah.
He was there. He was in a Kraven outfit.
We saw him in person.
And they showed us a sneak preview of the bear trap killing scene, the best part of the film. So they hyped us up a lot because they showed us the best part of the film.
I don't know if that was the best part of the film, but that's definitely one of the highlights.
Yeah,
that's definitely one of the highlights. I think there was definitely a few shots in there that like
they had some
enjoyed.
good stuff. Which is why it's like not the worst film I saw last month at all. Is it good? No. Did it lose a ton of money? I think it did. I think it lost so much money. And
did it really?
Yeah, I think it did. And I think Sony hung it up after that. That was their last film for the Sonyverse with like the whole like
which
anti-heroes.
Which makes sense to me because like
it's because Venom bombed, Venom 3 bombed,
understandably
Madam Web bombed, Morbius bombed, and Kraven bombed. I mean,
which is so funny to me because like Marvel for the longest time has been trying to get those IPs.
Yeah.
And they're in the ground right now.
They're in the ground right now.
They're in the ground.
So you know what? If Marvel or Disney gets those IPs at some point, then they can just make an average film and people will love them.
Yeah.
Like they can make the most basic Kraven film and people will just slob all over them. People will be praising them, be like, Marvel's back.
I just hope they don't do this whole DC thing. I just want one character I just want one actor for the character.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Like we're gonna touch on the Superman trailer later, but like, what if this is like the what Superman? You know what I mean, how many Batman were there?
Well, to me, I kind of like don't mind it a ton, just because like in the comics, there's a million different variations of all these characters.
No, listen, if you're gonna do a bunch of one-offs, I'm cool with that.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
Series, maybe you're saying.
Yeah, but like if you're gonna, because like I feel like DC so badly wants to do what Marvel did with the Avengers.
Yeah,
and it's just like. They just like, no, it's not, because they try so hard to introduce all their characters, and it's like every time they reintroduce these characters, they're all new actors, all different story. It's like it's hard, like you can't, nobody's gonna get into it that way. Like it's just a lot of fan service that like doesn't really pay off in the end. Like for me anyway.
Yeah, and so but also like even Marvel, like they're trying to recatch lightning in the bottle that they caught before. Yeah, because mind you, they did it not because they wanted to. They kind of unknowingly made the cinematic universe slow and drew it out. Like they started with what 2000 what 6, 7, 8 with Iron Man, whatever it was. 2008, we'll say.
Actually, technically, I think the Hulk was the first one.
Okay, Hulk 2000. No, it was definitely Iron Man. It was I think it was Iron Man, and then Hulk, which was 2010. So Iron Man came out in 2009, if I'm not mistaken.
Which Hulk are you thinking of though? Because I'm thinking about the one with
no, not the 2003. That's not even part of the universe.
The one after
Edward Norton. Yeah, that's 2010.
That's 2010?
That was 2010, yeah.
Okay.
So it started with Iron Man, 2009, then the Hulk, 2010, then Captain America, 2011, and then they introduced Thor in 2012 or 2013. So those are 4 or 5 years of, and then Iron Man 2, 2013 maybe, and then Iron Man 3, 2014, 2015, and then the first Avenger film came out, 2012? Actually, 2012. Right? Yeah. Okay, 2012 then, so Thor was before that. So, okay, they made the Avengers film, and then they just kept adding on to it, but we're talking like over a decade worth of films. So, and mind you, they did not plan that, as much as they might say like, oh, we planned this, we did all this. No, they were bankrupt. It was a bankrupt company, and then Iron Man hit it off. Boom, they made some money, and they were like, okay, let's try this. Hulk did fine. Captain America, another hit, and then, it just kept adding hits. They were like, let's combine them. Let's do an Avengers. That's also not the original Avengers. Like, in the comics, the Avengers are not that team. So, but yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll get back to Kraven, I guess. So, Kraven's story sucked. It was bad. I hated all the father. Again, I forget his name. He's a well-known actor. He was in Gladiator. He was not Kal-El. He was Jor-El.
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. He was Jor-El in Superman. He was all these amazing things. He was bad in this film.
Yeah,
I think he was just getting a check. Yeah, a big fat check for me, a big fat man.
For me, it was. I think the movie was shot really, really well. Beautiful. I think
it better be. We're talking with Sony. They make the camera.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But like that doesn't mean. I mean, shot well in the sense of like art direction, things like that.
No, I know what you
mean. That obviously quality is always gonna be great.
Yeah, the quality in the camera work was beautiful. Like, there was no issue at all with clarity. Beautiful.
But as far as like the whole Kraven story goes, I just feel like there was a lot of things that I just didn't care for that were in the movie that didn't really have to be like I didn't really need the whole origin for Kraven.
Yeah.
I felt like a lot of that was shoehorned in.
Sure.
And you could have X'd all that out and it probably would have made it a better movie.
Yeah.
Like the first 20 or 30 minutes is a flashback about characters that don't even really matter to like the greater plot of the movie, like the lady who gave him his powers,
Calypso.
Yeah, Calypso. Like I didn't really care for her character.
Terrible. She was probably my most hated character.
She didn't like her character's kind of redundant, right? Like she's supposed to be like this, like they
magical.
They introduce her as like this like lawyer lady who fights crime in her own way, and then Kraven is like the vigilante who kills and murders people, right? Yeah. But like he enlists her help to find more bad people, even though like that's like his whole thing.
That's like
his whole thing.
That is his whole thing.
So it's like that whole thing like doesn't make any sense.
Trash. She was a bad character.
Their whole family dynamic is kind of weird. Garbage. I can understand him and his brother, but like the main antagonist in the movie was just like butthurt, and he literally went through. He literally got made fun of one time.
Rhino. He
got made fun of one time, and that was like took it to heart.
Yeah, we saw Rhino in the first 15, 20 minutes of the film. We saw Rhino, maybe even the first 30 minutes of the film. And then next thing you know, we see him again, but this time he's big and strong.
Yeah.
And then we just ride with that, which he's technically the main antagonist. But then later we find out that no, the main antagonist was Russell Crowe, Kraven's dad. And honestly, I'll give him some kind of slack with like the fact that like I would prefer if they made a film of just maybe his origin, right? But they couldn't do that because they knew this. They already knew before they finished filming this. This is it. They don't have a Kraven 1, 2, and 3 like they did with Venom. So maybe they were just trying to shoehorn in as much as possible, just because they were like, "This is it, guys. Like, we're not gonna have any more films." But I would have much preferred if they just did an origin. Him as a kid for an hour, seeing him grow up a little bit, and then maybe him killing his first person, or maybe him killing his first actual bad guy by himself. Instead, we got like 20 minutes of him as a kid. Next thing you know, you fast forward. He starts the film as himself, as Kraven. He's already Kraven as you start the film.
Yeah.
Then it flashes back, shows you Calypso, shows you him as a kid, shows his dynamic with his brother, tries to shoehorn his dad in. It's trying so many things, and then boom, cuts right back. Okay, now he's back to Kraven again. Everyone knows him. Everyone respects him. He's killing so many people. He's on everyone's radar. And then he just now found Calypso again after 15 years or whatever it was. Even though he's the greatest detective. It took him 15 years to find Calypso. Okay. And then he sees his brother again. His brother's birthday. His dad again. His dad still wants him to come back. He's like, "No, Dad, I'm still mad at you because Mom died." And then we see him fight the villains, and then boom, the movie ends with him killing his dad and going back out to
spoiler
Kraven time.
Spoiler. Just a whole spoiler for everything.
Look, if they haven't watched Kraven yet, good. First of all, if no one's watched Kraven, good. Second of all, no one cares. I'm sure people, no one gives a fuck. Right? So that's why everyone that wanted to see Kraven by now has seen it. Okay. But just a ton of issues. There's also, no one rated the film well. Like, again, no one's watching the film. No one rated it well.
It got
like a 6?
It got a 5.5 on IMDb. It got a 16% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh my god.
A 16. That's
insane. So I think Kraven was better than, granted, this doesn't mean a lot, but
well, it got a 16% on the tomato meter, but it got a 74 on the popcorn meter.
Okay.
So critics thought it was garbage.
Yeah.
Audiences liked it though.
Audience liked it enough.
Audiences liked it. I mean, listen, if you turn your brain off, it's still a decent action movie. It's still a really good action. There's, like I said, there's in there where like for example, he's hunting somebody, like he's like infiltrated this base, and like he's literally just in the darkness, and you just see his yellowy orange eyes, and he like fire. That's beautiful. Super cool. Some of the kills
background.
Yeah, some of the kills in there, like with the bear trap. Super cool. There's like this whole scene where like his brother gets abducted, and he's literally like
foot.
Yeah, I spoke about this on the last.
Yeah, last time we talked about this too.
On the last time I spoke
this was your favorite part. Yeah. I remember this.
Yeah, but like I enjoy like the fact that like he's like a strong guy, but he's not necessarily like a superhero in the sense that like everything isn't like paper mache to him. You know what I mean? Like he's tackling.
He's not
cars.
Superman.
Yeah, he's not Superman.
He feels all this.
Or like the Hulk, but he's just like a solid guy. So like he's like literally like tackling SUVs. You know what I mean? And it's like keeping up on foot. It's kind of like imagine like an aggressive Spider-Man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like in that sense, where like the way he
Spider-Man,
the way he interacts with his environment, like that whole thing.
It's kind of ironic.
Yeah, that was cool to me.
Yeah, that's funny. You're mentioning Kraven, a Spider-Man villain, compared to Spider-Man. Sony, I think they're trying to way too much. They were doing all these anti-heroes. These people aren't anti-heroes. Kraven's a villain. Venom, he is an anti-hero, so I'll live with that. And that's maybe why Venom did the best. Morbius is a villain. No one knows him, but he's a villain. And then Madam Web, just why? Sydney Sweeney couldn't save that film.
I mean, I'm just assuming that they're just riding off the coattails of No Way Home and everything like that, and Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, they were.
So they were I guess they were trying to hit a different demographic with that.
I don't know. Kraven was super disappointing though, and the only good thing that I genuinely say about this film is that I got to see Aaron Taylor Johnson in person, and he's ripped to fucking shreds. That's it.
Yeah, there's a scene in there where he's actually in the comic accurate costume, and he hits the physique insane.
Crazy as pose. He just starts emoting.
Insane.
Kills his dad, emotes on the chair, and calls it a night.
Which by the way, it kind of worth it. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird to see it, bro. Like,
Yeah.
to see it like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like he puts on that vest.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, you got it.
You got it, bro.
You got it.
You got it, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson, he was fine. It was good. Anyway, Kraven though, you
5.5.
You gave Kraven a 6.5, right?
Oh, 6.5. Okay.
So I gave it a 5.5. So we'll give Kraven what, a 6?
Yeah, because I can rewatch it.
I can rewatch it too.
I can rewatch it.
100%.
That's for sure.
So okay, then Kraven, 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll give it 6.
6 out of 10.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
All right, then we'll go on to our 6.5. Then first of all, we'll talk about Queer just because I want to speed through that one. Me and you, we were holding hands the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually really weird to me when I got into the theater with you and
It spoke to me.
Yeah, it spoke to me. But I remember like we got to the theater and we walk into the theater and there's just rose petals on the floor and there's only beds. There's no chairs. It's only beds for couples. And I wasn't gonna sit there and explain I'm not gay, so we just hopped in bed together.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
when in Rome.
what? Yeah. So
When in Rome.
So Queer was the film.
Not for us.
Not for us, obviously. I'm not gay. Or no. But you're not gay. So yeah, 6.5. No, I'm joking. It was a good film. It had Daniel Craig. It had what's his name? Agent 007. He's called. People are gonna hate us. Oh my god. What's he called? James Bond. James Bond was the leading actor in this film. He murdered it. He deserves an Oscar for this performance. He probably won't get it, but he murdered it. And I love Daniel Craig. He's not a gay man, so he murdered this role as really embodying this character. This was based off a book, so honestly, you should just read the book if you want to see the film.
Nine times out of 10.
9 times, yeah. Read the book.
Out of 10.
But all in all, the film was fine. The ending was kind of weird. The story was kind of janky, in my opinion. But camera work was great. Acting was fantastic from Daniel Craig. And it really did feel like he was a weirdo, kind of. Not a weirdo, but he was like really really odd and awkward. And I liked that. To me, I liked that. So I gave Queer a 6.5 out of 10. Would I watch it again? No. Were we making out? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
No, it was a good film though. I guess I'm sure. Probably again, I'm not the target audience, so it probably hit so hard for some people.
Actually,
But the book is better from what I've seen. So just read the book. I forgot what the book's called. The book was not called Queer, but this is a Daniel Lee. I think was the guy's name. I think Daniel Lee was the guy's name who was the story based on in the book and everything. So.
it actually did pretty well, like review wise. Yeah,
Beautiful. Yeah. I'm sure exactly. It's a good film. It was a good film at the end of the day, but not for me. So 6.5 out of 10 for Queer. Let's get to The Return. You just recently saw The Return.
I did not like it.
You did not like it. You didn't know that well the story of the Odyssey.
No.
So I guess we can recap the Odyssey real quick.
But it doesn't matter at all to like
No,
to
it
The
doesn't.
Return.
And it shouldn't, right? You shouldn't go to the film pre-knowing knowledge and make that film better. No. So, but The Return was the third part of the Odyssey. It was the return of Odysseus, the king of Ithaca. The Odyssey is obviously the most epic and coolest stories known to man. This is a story from 1000 BC or something like that. And super cool of Odysseus leaving Ithaca, going to Troy to fight the Trojan War. He does the Trojan horse, the big Trojan horse. He walks in, they spew out the Trojan horse with all his best men. They kill everyone. They burn down Troy. And then he has a 10-year journey back home with a bunch of weird stuff, bunch of not cool stuff, bunch of mermaids, bunch of all his men died. Fought an ogre, I think it was, like a warlock, Psylocke. Whatever it was, the guy, he fought everything.
Yeah.
This guy fought Jesus. He fought Thanos.
Basically, seriously, what I've come to realize is that every single like super fantastical tale, from like giants to like the Hollow Earth theory and all this other stuff, is essentially all stems from like the Odyssey and those adventures.
Yeah.
So when you go into like these super, like these rabbit holes and like these icebergs on like Reddit and like conspiracy theories, like I didn't realize how much of an influence like that had on current events. which is I think is pretty cool. Like it's like a it's like a piece of literature with like a lot of like genuine influence. So, but with that being said, this movie spoke nothing of that. His travels were not mentioned once in that entire movie.
Not once.
It was like
really untouched actually.
Like Nosferatu, it was like this like I don't know what you call it. Like it's just like a like a period piece. It's just like
this was a drama though.
Yeah.
This was a drama, so I'll give it that. This was not an action film. This was not an adventure film. This was a drama, and it was very dramatic. It was very slow.
It's very bad.
And you hated it. You don't like dramas. No. I can appreciate a drama.
I like drama. Just like not. It was so pointless to me. The whole movie was about him just feeling bad for himself.
Yeah.
And not and like coming back to his kingdom to just for what? Right. He if he really felt that bad, he would have never shown back up. But he comes back to his kingdom, right? Wife loyal.
Loyal to hell.
Loyal wife.
Loyal to hell.
Son hates him.
Hates him.
His people miss him.
Or hate him.
Yeah.
Or don't know him.
Yeah.
Any of those words.
And it's so funny, like the whole time he's just like talking about how he doesn't deserve anything. All his men die. He's like, oh, okay. what are they gonna think of me? The minute his son starts talking trash about him, all of a sudden his pride comes back, and he wants to start defending himself. Right? Then
you got you got to know who you are, right? He's like, yo. He's like, yo, you came from my balls.
Yeah.
You better sit down. All right. But I gotta respect it. Look, this is a drama, man. I couldn't imagine, no one can ever imagine, you being gone for like 11, 12 plus years in total, going back to your kingdom and everything being different besides, I guess, your wife, which hats off to her. But, I couldn't imagine the mental turmoil in his mind. So, yes, I guess it looks stupid and it sounds stupid for him to be like, yo, bro, just go back to your wife. Yo, bro, just take back the throne. But he's so broken. He lost all his best men. He lost himself on the way. He's back somehow. He doesn't even believe he's back at some points of the film. He's lost his mind. The guy's insane at this point. Genuinely insane. And so I'm sure it's like so tough for him to just, first of all, look at himself, be himself, have any kind of courage or power to do anything. He's not as strong as he was. He's older. He's just not who he thinks. And so he's, to me, trying to prove to himself again that he can be, and he still is that king. So that's why to me it's like here and there.
But it only gets, when does that really happen, right?
I mean, okay.
he gets to like literally he gets naked. Challenged like the whole time he's like no, I'm just some bum. I'm just some bum, and there's like
he's a bum.
No, he's not. He's who's battle tested. Like he's not just some like random nobody, and it's like. It's just so funny to me that like the way they set up some of these scenes for like him to just get into fights. It's like these conflicts happen out of nowhere. Like the people that he fights are, and like again, one of the main things about this movie is just like who is gonna take over the kingdom now that, since he's gone. Yeah. And there's a bunch of young dudes. There's a bunch of horny young guys. Yeah. That's all it is.
Yeah, but there was a lot of that back in the day.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Because there's nothing to do.
It's still garbage. They just see some
whole story about it.
They see some homeless guys. Let's pick on this guy. Yeah. And then they get absolutely demolished. The whole movie. That's all that happens. It's like he sits there, minds his own business, and then like they end up picking a fight with him. They just die. He like doesn't know his own strength or whatever the case is, and he just murders everybody. There's like a scene where like he's like 1v20, just wins. But he's not worthy, by the way.
No.
And then yeah, like just all in all, I hate movies where it's just like an easily solvable conflict. Like this movie would have been 5 minutes long if he would have just came back and like, damn, my kingdom's in shambles without me. Let me just be king again. And and it would have happened in that order because literally nobody could have challenged him. That was like that, and that's like that's the point that they try to drive home through the whole movie. But it's like the moment you see him, like I don't think anybody ever has a doubt that like the guy who went on this ridiculously long journey for this many years, who was this battle tested, is still not like that. Just
Look,
not.
he's a seasoned veteran. That's not the thing, and that's what I like about this, because it clearly shows through the entire film this guy's not to mess with. No one can be on his level. Not a soul in this fucking land is on his level. He kills everyone. Right during some point in the film, he literally kills everyone.
Yeah.
So clearly his strength was never the issue. That's why I like it though. This is a drama. So. That's the thing. He knows he's stronger than it. Well, he doesn't know he's stronger than anyone. He knows, I'm sure. He's like, no one else there has done anything he's done, even a fraction of it. So that's not the thing. The thing was, though, that he's broken. He's broken, not physically, not that. He's a broken man. His mind's done. He's broken, understandably so. I love the wife in this film, though. She killed it. She was acting her ass off. I still love, I'm going to tell you the scene again. We've already spoken about this, but I'm going to tell you it again. The whole scene where she was walking through and seeing people just having sex everywhere because she wanted to have sex. Yeah. Because she hasn't had sex in 11 years. Yeah. Or 12 years or whatever it is at this point. And so she's, and I loved that scene because, again, it shows, first of all, how loyal she is. Second of all, just how broken she is too. So not only is Odysseus broken, but now his wife is broken too. Seeing her so devastated when she broke the knitting thing she was doing, when she slammed that, killed that thing, I loved that. That was a whole panic attack. I loved that scene. The son was very punchable and very sad of an actor. I don't like him. He was sucked. I don't know if you agree. Super annoying.
I mean, was his anger justified? Sure.
Yeah, he was annoying. No, but the actual actor, the acting, trash.
Yeah, because that's what they gave him. He was supposed to be like, he was like I don't know. It was kind of weird. It's also kind of weird too. This
guy looked like a Squilliam.
I also didn't understand just some parts of this, the power. I don't know. It was just really weird too. There's just some dude there just demanding that he was like there's no king. No, it's just the queen and the prince or whatever. Yeah. But there was this one character there who was just demanding her hand in marriage, but not demanding in a sense of it's me you have to marry. He was literally like you have a week. Yeah. And after this week, bro, we're getting married, whether you like it or not. Yeah. That whole dynamic to me was so weird. I was like, how does that even work? Can he do that? And then my other thing was that
that was funny.
That I didn't realize, that I realized throughout the movie was that everybody knew who he was. Yeah, he was there in secret, but they knew him. Yeah, one of his close friends knew who he was. His wife knew who he was immediately. Immediately, of course. So and it's again,
his son knew who he was.
Again, what was the point of this?
I liked the whole drama aspect. Clearly, we can disagree on that point. But all right, I gave that a 6.5.
I'm gonna give that a 4.
All right, so we're gonna have to land on 6 then.
That's a lot.
We have to because we rated Kraven 6. So
okay, I definitely don't think it's better than Kraven, but that's me.
Okay, fine. We'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. No, 6, not 6.5. The Return is a 6 out of 10. Thank the Lord. All right. We'll go. Oh, Man in the White Van. You didn't see Man in the White Van. No. I gave this a 6.5 out of 10. I had a really big issue I wanted you to see. I might pull it up and try and find it, but that might take too long. So, one issue that I hated was the whole time skip. Talk to you. They had this. They pop up a calendar, a ticking year clock, and it goes 1971, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 2. But the whole film is filmed in a week. So what is the point of why does it say 71, 72, 73, 74? I will never understand that unless the director generally comes out and tells me, hey, because we want to talk about. I don't know. I don't know what the hell he was going for. Please don't ever put that in a film if this film was not shot in a 5-year time span. This is about a girl being stalked. It's just about a girl being stalked. The stalker villain. So I guess the main character was a girl. So followed her around.
You guess?
Yeah. It did. She was the main character. The girl, this 15, 16-year-old girl, was the main character. Her parents don't believe her at all, even though they have seen the man in the white van. Even though they have seen the white van way too many times for it to be a coincidence. They do not believe her. I think this was based on true events. I don't remember, but I think so. It probably is at some point. This has happened somewhere. I'm not going to say it hasn't.
Yeah.
I think this happened in Florida, actually. I think it happened in Florida. Welcome to Florida. Where else would it happen?
Yes, his 1970s Florida driver.
Nice. White van Florida man.
Yep.
Florida man stalked 16-year-old girl. It was just some fat white guy, by the way. That was the guy. That was who did it. And at first,
He was a fat white
he was
guy.
a fat white guy, old guy at first, and then his son got trained. Yeah, his son got trained by the dad to stalk girls and kill them, and so he became the next man in the white van. He gave him the keys to the van. It was fine. It was shot fine. Some things just didn't make any sense to me. Okay. And the whole year shit threw me off. The ending was kind of cool. It was a thriller. I'll say this though. It was an actual thriller. You do get thrilled. You are very like, it's a suspense too. Like you're very like, move on, like do something, don't die.
Yeah.
So you do feel some of that, which is why I rated 6.5 out of 10.
The director is Warren Skeels, and a lot of his other movies, like I've never even heard of. Like I don't even think some of these are movies. Like Siesta Sky.
Oh, yeah, that's
It's just like a show.
It's a show.
Summertime Switch in '94.
Damn.
Recount in 2008.
Okay.
Dogtown. DAWG.
You know, that and Y2K should make a laugh.
But yeah, it looks like he doesn't have.
Yo, does Drake star in that one?
Which one?
Dogtown.
I'll tell you right now. Love dogs.
I think I saw Drake in that one.
George Foreman's on here.
Holy shit,
the guy
George
with the grill.
Yo, that's kind of nuts.
Honestly.
Yo, that's kind of crazy.
Actually, he's actually in this movie.
Damn.
Warren Skeels is in his own movie.
That's fun. 6.5 out of 10 for Man in the White Van. I would watch it again. So, if that means anything. Let's go to the 7s. What the hell? Oh, The Fire Inside. The Fire Inside. What was the girl's name? I'm so sorry.
Super unprofessional.
I'm so sorry. This is gonna sound horrible. Now, no one's gonna believe me now. Whatever the rest of what I'm about to say about The Fire Inside.
No.
No one's gonna believe me now. Mm-hmm. So what's
Clarissa?
Clarissa Shields.
Yeah.
This
Clarissa
is the story about Clarissa Shields.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to continue because I didn't even remember her name. Clarissa Shields. She was the only Olympic athlete, boxing athlete to win back-to-back gold medals. Super cool. I knew nothing about her coming into this. I feel like that's why they made this film, to show that women's boxing still has such far way to come, but that they're super badass. She's a badass in this film. She got a long way. My favorite actor, though, in this film, as much as the main character, she was great. I loved her. She was good. My favorite character was Brian Tyree.
Her name is Brian Tyree. Okay.
Yeah, Brian Tyree Henry, I think, right?
Clarissa Shields is played by Ryan Destiny.
Yeah, killed it. Okay. So The Fire Inside is the story of Clarissa Shields. It's a biopic, kind of. It's a biography of, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It's retelling her life story. She's still alive, so technically not a biopic, but or I guess it can be. Anyway, she's still alive. She's still killing it. She's still kicking it. Just her story, and it was really cool. I would highly suggest anyone that doesn't know, even if you're not that interested in boxing or boxers or sports or any of that stuff, I would still highly suggest anyone to watch this film.
Even as like a women empowerment type thing.
This is a woman. To me, this is a woman empowerment movie. So if you don't like any of those things, but you're a woman and you want to support women, watch this film. This is made by a woman. This is about a woman. This woman deserves a lot of support and respect. And so, you know what? The film was fine. The film was great. Brian Tyree Henry killed it. Did it hit with me? Not entirely. I don't really like bios.
So, Rachel Morrison directed this?
Yes, and she is the cinematographer, I think, for Black Panther.
Really?
Yeah.
It says she's also done stuff for Dope as well.
Yeah, she has. She's actually like really cool. The director's really. This is her film debut though. This is her film debut as a director. So she's usually doing all the other cool stuff for like she did work on Black Panther.
Yeah, she did work on Black Panther like 2018.
So she's worked with all these really good films. So highly deserved her film debut. Killed it. All right.
Yeah.
And so you best believe the cinematography was fantastic in this film. Right. As a cinematographer, she is. So killed it. 7 out of 10 for The Fire Inside. Another 7 out of 10 was Mufasa's Lion King, which you decided to betray me.
I'm sorry.
And go with your girl to watch.
I'm sorry.
The Lion King, Mufasa. So I'm not gonna say too much about this film. The Lion King, fun fact, is my favorite Disney film.
Fun fact, have never seen The Lion King.
Yeah, you're sad. You need help.
I've never seen The Lion King.
You need help.
I think I was just talking to one of our coworkers earlier, Nicholas, the other one, and
I mean,
I feel like that's part of the reason I don't like musicals, like at all.
Disney films. Yeah.
Like I have no.
Yo. But like the music back in the day in the Disney films, smacked.
You know, but I've never. I like literally all I can think of right now: Tarzan, Aladdin. That's all I got for Disney.
Jungle Book.
Never seen it. I saw like the live action one.
That's the same.
Never
You've never seen the original.
No, I never seen the original.
You've never seen The Little Mermaid. You've never seen Snow White. Wow.
Cinderella.
You need help.
Like nothing, bro.
You need help.
Nothing.
How can you call yourself a film? Why are we doing this podcast? Bro, I'm leaving.
I don't. Come back. It just wasn't like.
To me, that's so crazy to me because again, I grew up with a sister and she wanted a sister, and so I watched every Disney film.
Yeah, you see, I grew up 3 brothers.
Yeah.
I grew up 3 brothers. My dad was an anime nerd.
Yeah, so that's...
Well, he was a Dragon Ball nerd.
Okay.
So I was watching Dragon Ball Z movies on bootleg.
Yeah.
That was my childhood.
That was your thing.
Yeah, that was my
thing.
childhood.
I was being dressed up and I was playing with dolls and watching Disney.
Oh yeah,
films.
see, well, yeah.
So, which is why Queer was my favorite film of the.
No, but seriously, like I just can't like.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. That's fine. Mufasa to me.
How was the music in Mufasa?
It's terrible. I hated it. The music sucked in Mufasa, Lion King. The actors were good. The acting, like the whole actors that they put in this film were fantastic. So they had the money. Disney has money. Fun fact. If
So
you didn't know.
how do you feel about like the CG?
CG was pretty good. Not as good as Sonic 3. We'll get into that.
Okay.
We'll get into that. Not as good as Sonic 3's. But really good. Like
$200 million budget.
Yeah.
$200 million budget. What does this movie even gross?
I don't know. Probably a lot. There's a lot of kids that probably watch this film.
Kids for real?
Yes, The Lion King. Bro, parents. If I was a parent, that would be the only film besides Sonic 3 that I would take my kid to see last month. But no one knew about Flow.
I mean, but Flow.
Yes, but okay, whatever. Mufasa's Lion King was a 7 out of 10.
378 million it grossed worldwide.
Okay, pretty good.
Yeah, it actually did better internationally than it did domestically.
Funny enough, that's cute. I think it just did. I tried to recreate the Lion King and tried to like re-add, like, kind of maybe put it into another generation. Just didn't hit. The music wasn't as good. The main character, which was Mufasa instead of Simba, he was good, but given
you don't like the retelling.
I did. That's why. Again, it's a 7 out of 10. This is a respectable film. I would watch it again. I will absolutely probably show my kids this film at some point. But was this better than Lion King? Absolutely not. Is this a classic? No.
Okay.
Will I ever be hearing or talking about this film ever again? Probably not.
I think. Well, I haven't seen it, but I think this plays into this whole thing that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Where it's like realism, or like hyper-realism versus like art direction.
Yeah.
And there's just like a certain level of freedom that like you get, that like for being like a more cartoony, like 2D thing, that like I would assume you can't really take away from the original Lion King.
True.
That like you like, I'm sure there's some things that you can sort of like get that like similar results, but when they basically look like real lions and tigers, like I'm sure a lot of the emotion like gets taken away from there, because like they can't emote the same or move the same, because they're following like super strict laws of physics and yada yada yada, and like I can see where like that whole thing, for example, because I don't know if the movie does this or not, but in the Jungle Book, the live action,
right?
The orangutan, humongous. Dude, the orangutan is ginormous.
Yeah.
And it's like, that is not real. But it adds to like the suspense, like during like that chase scene. And it's like, had they chose to keep the orangutan like a regular size, I don't know if it hit the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like certain things like that where you kind of like have to make the decision, like, okay, like, do I want to like what am I trying to go for here? Like, again, I don't know what, like, how the Lion King does it, or you know, I don't know how it goes with
doesn't
Mufasa.
do it.
Yeah. But for me personally, I enjoyed the live action Jungle Book a lot, and like those are the things that I remember the most about it. Where it's like that,
which is why you should watch the Jungle Book original. Yeah, no, I agree. That's actually kind of interesting. So we can even talk about like anime in that sense, which like whenever you watch an old anime, whenever you watch Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z, or even Dragon Ball, the animation on those compared to the animation on Super, to me, I love the animation back then more.
Well,
it has more feeling. It has more because they drew it for real, panel by panel.
Everything pre 2000s was on cells.
Yeah,
and all cells drawn by hand.
I mean, mind you, Walt Disney, his first animation, Steamboat Willie, was literally it was like 12 frames or something like that of him just drawing, and just made an animation like that. It was a flip book.
Yeah.
And so, so Lion King was not made like that. As Lion King was made in 1996 or something like that. Or 2000. I don't know. Lion King had some good technology, but this was still a drawn film, and so I agree. It was, to me, it hit more. As children, it probably hits more. So, Mufasa-The Lion King was not as good as The Lion King. I didn't expect it to be.
Okay.
But I did expect some better things that it just didn't give me. So, all in all, 7 out of 10. Lord of the Rings also kind of had the same issue. Lord of the Rings, War of Rohirrim, kind of had the same issue. This one was, funny enough, though, Lord of the Rings is a live action, and they made it a cartoon. I wish this was a series instead of a movie. I told you this. But, yeah, if this was just like a 10-episode kind of short series on Netflix or something like that, or on HBO Max, I think it would have been done so much better than this 2.5-hour animation film.
Gotcha.
And it wasn't that interesting. This is a prequel to The Lord of the Rings. I don't remember much, if anything, just some really funny, badass moments. And their old English always makes me laugh. So I don't even know. Hera was the girl's name, I think.
This is an anime. I wonder how.
If this was an anime, kill, I think.
I wonder, what is it not?
It's an animation film.
No, but like the style.
It's not an anime, no.
Oh, it's not an anime.
No. This is just a normal ass film that they made it into an animation.
Okay, gotcha.
Which they didn't even animate it that well.
Oh, no.
I'm sure it's so hard to make a 2.5-hour animation film.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm sure that's an impossible task.
For sure. But like an IP like Lord of the Rings.
So they had it.
Yeah.
But
they had to.
Super choppy at times. So yeah, not even like good animation. This was not like when you watch
like Demon Slayer or
like
something.
Demon Slayer, and the animation is 10 times better.
Yeah,
when you watch Dragon Ball Super as the movie, 10 times, but like Battle of the Gods, 10 times better than what you see in the this is the exact opposite. This was terrible animation for some parts of the film. Not that interesting. The main character wasn't even an interesting main character. The main character should have been her dad, the king of whatever they had going on there. Lord of the Rings, War of Rohirrim, really forgettable. 7 out of 10, not a bad film. So we gave Timothée Chalamet's A Complete Unknown a 7.5 out of 10.
What a sleeper!
What
a sleeper! I literally, like, no joke. I'm not sure if it was Timothy or if it was Bob Dylan, or both. But like, he just seemed like what a cool guy.
What a badass.
What a cool aura is crazy. Like there are so many scenes in this movie where he's just like he's literally just so cool. Yeah. And that's like all I can describe. Like the way Timothy portrays him, like the way he can like walk into a building, and like he's average enough to like he can sneak in, but then he's like posted up on a corner somewhere. And then everybody recognizes him, and he's just like, you know what I mean? There's like this one scene where like he's going to this TV station for like as like a favor to a friend, and he pulls up with like him and his right hand man. Insane. Yeah. And like aura farming crazy.
Yeah.
Like
they just
shades
toss
on
him the guitar.
Yeah, shades on all, and then dude is playing like some like super down south like Louisiana type blues.
Soul blues.
And he's on the guitar, just matching the energy, and then the other guy,
his other friend,
gets on the banjo
and starts doing some folk music. So they're just combining genres. It was such a badass moment.
Never in my life have I listened to any of those type of music. I've heard of Bob Dylan. Obviously, I've listened to some blues, etc. But even if you don't care for like Bob Dylan or that sort of music in general, I think people will really appreciate how well the music is in this movie. Like,
beautiful.
Even Timothée Chalamet singing in this movie, really good.
Correct.
It was actually like it almost made me want to check out Bob Dylan.
Yeah. Oh, I think I did a quick Apple Music search to see his discography, and then I clicked right back off.
Yeah,
but hey, that's a big effort.
Yeah.
Which he has 55 albums?
55
Which we found that out.
This guy's still alive.
Super cool. This guy's still alive at 88 or something like that.
Insane.
Stupid. The guy's stupid old. Bob Dylan, though, if there was any Nen users or stand users in real life,
Oh yeah,
Bob Dylan's one of them.
oh yeah, for sure.
This guy was walking around with some crazy stuff.
For sure.
All right. He was probably laying wood too.
I mean, I think like
we saw like 8 girlfriends in the film.
I was just gonna say I felt like we watched this movie a little late and like immediately he was cheating.
He was already
he was cheating. I was just like, all right.
Yeah, this guy was basically a rock star with such an un-rock star genre of music.
Yeah. But I think that's just
Super
like.
cool.
I feel like the like rock stars are like the epitome of that. Like I feel like rappers are like the now the new rock stars.
Yeah, right.
But and I guess like folk was that.
Maybe in that town. But mind you, that was the 60s. That's when rock was still huge. The Beatles, they talk about the Beatles in the film. They mentioned the Beatles.
Yeah.
The Beatles are still the Beatles. Michael Jackson's going to pop up at some point, 10 years down the line.
Yeah. Whole different. But I think the whole point of the movie and just to boil it down is just like the effect of like
him changing genres.
Yeah, like and the fame. And what it does to people too, because like he ruined a lot of good relationships that he had. Like that was like one of the main.
Well,
things
this is a biopic. Well, we'll get that out of the way. This is a biopic about Bob Dylan. This is from the '60s, and it just shows him first of all starting off as just a country boy playing folk music, making it in New York City somehow, and then it hard cuts. This guy doesn't want to make folk music anymore. He is legendary, and he knows it too, and he's completely gotten used to the fame at this point. Yeah. And now he's kind of an asshole.
Yeah, but rightfully so.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so. I mean,
people suck.
A lot of like
people are just attacking him.
Yeah, like not attack, but they're using him.
Yeah,
like a lot, like
random people literally just go up to him like pop, and they just start grabbing on him. I feel like that probably sucks.
And then
for a lonely guy like him, like a guy that wants to be alone.
Just real quick, we spoke about this last podcast. Johnny Cash, A1 character / friend. Yeah. If that's really how Johnny Cash was, like in real life, 100%. This is like one of the most solid dudes. Like they were pen pals, first of all.
Yeah, badass.
Which insane.
Badass.
Which insane. They're pen pals, but he was like he himself is like literally a cool guy, but also so supportive.
Super supportive.
Like so, like literally, there's a scene in the movie like towards the end. Where like because like through the latter half of the movie, Bob Dylan is trying to do like electric folk music. And he's trying to switch genres because like that's what he's passionate about now, and that's what he wants to do. And he like the people he was on tour with, like were not with it. Like they did not want him to unveil any new songs or experiment any type of way because in their eyes, it's like this is what people like, and this is what they want to get. Like don't feed them anything brand new. So he pulls up to this folk music event, and he's unsure of whether or not he should essentially like go off script and just do this, and unveil all this new music that he's been like creating. Yeah. And then Johnny Cash literally just pulls up and it's just like, bro, like just do you.
Yeah.
And like literally, he's like whatever you decide to go with, he's like I know I'm gonna like it, so just do it. And then like.
That's exactly what happens.
And then like that, and then that whole scene to me was super duper cool. Like just like, I guess it's supposed to be like some sort of representation of like what folk music is in that sense too, where it's just like like fighting the system and wanting change, which I guess like what a lot of music is about, like whether it's like rock or hip hop or whatever the case is. And it was like supposed to be like the super ironic scene where it's just like they all like. Folk music is supposed to bring to light all this stuff because he was an activist.
He was an activist. Yeah, we saw him with a lot of brothers. We saw him with some cool brothers like Martin Luther King.
Yeah,
and we saw him with a black girl. And mind you, at that time, that was very unheard of, obviously.
Or was great. By the way, there's a scene where like it's like he's got this girlfriend and she's like. She's like, she's like, she's just like, is it crazy to say that I love you? He's like, well, I just met you, so yeah.
And walks off.
Yeah, he just walks off.
Reasonable. But I think that was the one time he wanted to be racist.
This
was a good film. The music was great.
I think I want to say it's like what, like 2, maybe 3 times, or like they do this whole like
combining.
Yeah, like collab music thing. It's literally great every single time.
All of it. All the music was fantastic. Al Cooper with the guy on the keys, super cool.
Oh,
loved him.
yeah.
Loved Al Cooper.
Yeah,
Johnny
that guy was
Cash
cool.
crashing, being drunk and crashing into everything in his vicinity. One of the funniest scenes.
And then he didn't. They literally didn't go.
Didn't go anywhere.
He literally did not go. Like he reversed into another car.
Yeah. At first, I took that scene wrong. I was like, "Oh, is Johnny Cash turning on him?" No, Johnny Cash is drunk.
Yeah, he literally just wasted.
That was the scene.
He literally just wasted. Just total 2 cars. I was like, all right, never mind.
Yeah.
Just went back into the hotel.
I'm staying right here. Yeah. Johnny Cash. I remember I was like 10 years old or something like that, and I was using the family computer, and I sat my ass down, and Johnny Cash's, before he died, he released, I forget the song's name, but he released his best song, in my opinion. Can you look that up, please?
Yeah.
Because now I need the name.
We found it before too.
We did find it. We found it last podcast that we recorded that we can't access. What was it called? Just look at Johnny Cash's discography. You'll find it. But yeah, so just picture me. Picture 10-year-old me, full beard, sat at the family computer.
6'1".
6'1". And
Was it Ring of Fire?
No.
Hurt.
And Hurt pops up on YouTube. I guess it was just like playing or something. And bro, I shed a tear.
You shed a tear?
Shed a tear. That was such a beautiful song. And to this day, I will always remember Johnny Cash for that song. And now for this film. Complete unknown. Also, Timothée Chalamet kills this role. Bodies this role.
Oh, yeah.
Bodies this role.
Yeah.
Bodies everything he touches. Timothée Chalamet, you keep doing you. And I promise you, Dune will not be the only thing doing well. So, kill it.
Shout out Nardwar.
Shout out Nardwar. Complete unknown. 7.5 out of 10.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Cool.
I'm cool with that.
Cool. Just a little dragged out. Dragged out a little too long. That's the only reason why.
Dozed off a little bit.
Yeah, May's dozed off. And, yeah, so I think that's why we took it down a couple steps. But all in all, fantastic biopic, fantastic film. Okay, so I want to talk about Flow real quick. We're skipping some of like the ratings, but I want to talk about Flow because Flow was a $3 million animation film that blew my mind. Didn't know anything about it. Didn't see any advertisement on it. Didn't even know the film existed. I literally just saw it on the Regal app, and I saw Moist Critical talk about it as well.
Okay.
I didn't watch his review before I watched the film, but I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, I saw it, and then he talks, and he starts saying stuff, and I hear Flow, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch Flow with you the next day. And so, okay, we go watch Flow. And, yeah, that movie was amazing. I love Flow so much. That was my standout film of December. Maybe not standout, but surprise film of December. It surprised the absolute hell of me. Even though my favorite film, we'll talk about later, The Order, that also surprised me. This film, Flow, really surprised me. Really, really, really surprised me. An animation film that cheap, that good looking.
And no dialogue.
No dialogue. And I liked the film that much. It really did. It did something that I didn't know was possible. So it opened my eyes to a lot, and I love that film. All of the animals working together.
I mean, no dialogue is crazy. Like,
no dialogue is crazy.
Maybe we could release that podcast episode.
Yeah, right.
we could do something with that one.
Maybe we could do. You're right. It would be all up into what interpretation.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be a silent piece.
Yeah, you just try to guess what movie we're talking about.
Exactly. It could be a good game.
But no. I'm not really sure what the movie was about. I'm gonna be honest.
What a bad way to start.
No, but I'm just saying.
This film an 8.5.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't have to, because I feel like it's about the journey. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's to me, that's what it was. It was about like the journey and like camaraderie.
Yeah,
because like you follow this black cat, this flood happens, and
why not a white cat?
I don't know. and again, yeah. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure about a lot about this movie. Where it takes place, what time period it takes place in,
wow,
does this happen over the course of like a few months?
I think it
hits
few
weeks, or
so you miss why, how, when, where, all of that.
Yeah,
all of like the basic questions that you learn. Throw them all out the window because you don't know any of those.
Yeah, it's just supposed to. I just assume it's supposed to be something that you just like.
Interpret.
Yeah, like you're experiencing this with them in the moment.
Yes,
is how I took it, and which is fine.
It's a super cute film.
Yeah,
it's adorable.
Yeah,
it tugs at the heartstrings with no dialogue. The music we said the Complete Unknown had great music, which it did. Flow had better music.
Not to me.
Not actual like music. They're not playing music.
Yeah.
But their timing, the excellence of the tracks, the sentiment to them, the composition, all of that.
For me,
Perfect.
it's definitely. I mean, Complete Unknown is still gonna be my number one for music. But and I feel like I don't know. I liked it. I just not knowing all those things.
Yeah,
it's just
bumped it down for you a bit.
Yeah, just a little bit, just because I like to know.
Right.
I just like to know.
Right.
I just like to know. But again,
well, since you don't like dramas, that makes sense.
there wasn't really. There was some drama in the movie. Actually, funny enough.
I loved the fact that it was up into interpretation for people.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like that, to me, the artistic design of it, I sound so stupid. Anytime I say that, you know how you see all those jokes where it's like, the one art student when they're talking about films? I feel like I sound like that when I'm talking about stuff like that. But really, it has a beautiful art direction. And it speaks about so much with saying absolutely nothing. It says not one word. Not one word, and yet it tells me so much. But also it doesn't tell me enough for me to like, I can't tell you their names. I cannot tell you where they're going. I cannot tell you why they're going. I cannot tell you why they're the way they are. But I find that very beautiful, the fact that I can't, and yet that film still was so good to me. So go watch that film.
Yeah.
Go watch that film. If I don't care. It's not a long film. It's an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's an hour and a half.
Even less, I think.
And it's probably going to feel a little shorter, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
A lot of the, like, literally the first 20-30 minutes of that movie is like super fantastical, because like you're like they're like establishing the world, and you're obviously you see it through the cat's perspective, and like there's a lot of cool shots that happen in that a lot of really cool aerial shots, a lot of cool interactions between him and like his little pirate crew, I guess, or whatever the case is.
Capybara.
Yeah,
it's the best character.
My favorite character.
Capybara, hands down.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I thought definitely I'm on your same boat. I didn't think I was gonna like it at all.
No, really.
I did not think I was gonna like it at all.
It's so surprising.
Yeah.
So, but I'm really, and when I remember I told you I was like $3 million animated film. You were probably like, what the fuck?
Which again, by the way, art direction, like, and like, I guess goes a long way, because like you said, $3 million. What was the budget for Roaring?
I didn't know. I don't even know.
And which do you think had better animation?
Oh my god, this hands down had better animation.
You know what I mean? So just like
it means a lot. No, it really does. Now this is 3D, so I guess it's a little different, but that's probably even harder. I think if I'm not mistaken, again, we're not fact checking a lot of this, so if we're wrong, we're wrong. But I think this film took like 5 or so years to do, maybe even longer. This is a passion project, I think. I'd have to remember some of the specifics, but I would just highlight anyone that wants to see a good film, a short film, and something that you can kind of just put on, even if you put it on in the background, you can still watch this film and really enjoy it. It's super, super fun.
So just so we're clear here, Lord of the Rings had a $30 million budget.
$30 million. Can you check Flo's budget then, just to double check that too, to make sure I'm not spewing absolute garbage in my mouth, not just straight trash. Imagine we pull it up; it's got a $100 million budget.
3.8.
3.8. I knew it. That's
literally
it.
almost 10 times the.
10 times, and the animation was better in Flow.
Wow,
even if you don't, a lot of people. I always talk about people. I can't connect with animation. I can't connect with animated films.
Yeah, that always like rubs me the wrong way.
Every time I tell anyone anything about anime, animation, cartoons, anything, they're like, children, not for me. Watch this film, please watch this film. I'm not even gonna try and get these people to watch anime.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna try it. I'm not even gonna try and tell them like, oh, Avatar: Last Airbender had actual good content and it was a good show, or oh, these things all have lessons, can be serious, can be better than live action. Not even gonna try. All right, it's a waste of my time to argue with these people. But watch Flow. Whether you like animation films or not, watch Flow. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. 8.5 out of 10 for Flow.
I can do 8.
Damn. All right.
Well, I can do 8 personally.
Should we settle on 8.5 or should we settle on 8 then?
Are you cool with going down? I'm cool with going up, but I prefer 8.
All right, we'll do 8. 8 out of 10 for Flow then. That's fine.
Okay.
Sonic 3. Sonic 3. I had to really check my notes. My notes are a mess. No one can see that. That's what I got for notes right there. It looks like it looks like someone threw paint at a clipboard and it splotched everywhere.
Yeah, it looks like you're a doctor.
Yeah.
But
hey.
It's a hey.
I am in school for a medical field. So I'm learning something.
Yeah, there you go.
Learning how to write
The wrong way.
the wrong way. Sonic 3 then. I love Sonic 3. First of all, I didn't get to touch on this last time we spoke about this.
Mm-hmm.
When they turned the lights on, they didn't even have to turn the lights on, actually. We walked in that film, and I immediately heard a baby cry.
Yeah.
I wanted to kill myself.
I
Right?
do remember that.
But then, next thing I hear like a little kid go like, Sonic or something.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ, what am I doing in this theater?
This is, I mean, it's, we're not necessarily.
Same thing with the Complete Unknown when I looked around and it was all 80-year-old people.
Yeah.
Very cute. And same with Sonic 3. It was very cute that the kids were everywhere. But I just felt I got so humbled.
Yeah.
In both spectrums, whether it was a huge older crowd or a very young crowd, I got humbled in every way, shape, or form. But Sonic 3 was absolutely fantastic. In every way, every form. The acting from Jim Carrey has gotten better. Somehow, somewhere, he's gotten better. He's still as funny as I remember, and he's he loves playing that role. He had so much fun.
He did.
He had so much fun playing that role that you can tell it shines off the screen. Like it comes out of the screen. Pause. He kills it. Sonic. He runs fast, man. Okay. He does run fast.
Their dynamic is pretty funny. The comedy, not for nothing, for a kids movie,
hilarious.
Yeah, it was decent.
And you know what? It does something that Y2K didn't nail. It knew when to turn it on and turn it off. Yeah. And so it had sentimental scenes, and it also had super funny, not super funny, but it had funny scenes that kids would enjoy, but also adults, parents, anyone.
But I feel like the tone of Sonic 3 2 just allowed itself to not take itself as serious. But again, even so,
but Sonic 3 has death.
Yeah,
real death.
Yeah.
Actual death. I didn't even know that was allowed in kids' films. And yet, the main character wasn't Sonic. It was really Shadow. And Shadow's love interest, but not in a love interest. But
his what do you call it? Well, I guess no. Yeah, love interest is wrong. Just like his.
It was his sentimental.
His sibling.
It was his sibling.
Yeah,
but that's what I mean. It was a relationship. It was a love connection with this young girl. I like that. He was really connected to this girl. She taught him how to be better and this and that. And then she died.
Yeah.
And so that was Shadow's backstory into why he's evil in this film.
Well, him and
the grandfather of Dr. Robotnik,
whose name I cannot remember.
We're just gonna say Jim Carrey 2.
Okay.
Jim Carrey number 2. Mm-hmm. He also, that was his granddaughter. Mm-hmm. So we get two backstories in one. Kills it. Adds sentimental value. Shadow is a fantastic character.
Yeah.
Super powerful.
Yeah.
Super strong. Yeah. This guy is.
And speaking of I forget the CG.
That's right.
Insane.
That's right.
The CG was so good.
CG
was so good. There's a scene where Sonic and Shadow are fighting. Definitely one of the more unique scenes I've seen when it comes to speedsters. And they're just and just every hit that's landing, they're in a different continent, different country.
But not in a cheesy way, like green screen. It was genuinely they're traveling together, fighting in a speedster's way, and they're going there. I guess we'll touch on this now. I wanted to touch on this towards the end, but this really is the best speedster battle I've ever seen. Okay, they've done this to me in every way. I know you said Eternals did it better. Yeah, but Eternals. to me, this is the Mona Lisa of speedster battles, to where we can actually see what's going on and really get this fight. No other film, series, TV show, animation has done it this well, in my opinion. So Sonic, really big props for your just incredible battle I mean, I didn't think I was gonna go walk into a kids film and see incredible action. Did not expect that.
Horrible mindset to have, by the way.
Bad mindset.
It's a horrible mindset to have, by the way.
We're not critics at the end of the day, so. But I didn't. What? I'm gonna go into a Sonic film and be like, oh, I'm gonna see crazy hands being thrown. No, I was like, I'm gonna see the guy go to a ball.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hear the Sony Sega music.
If you're super into like just like that Marvel archetype, just superhero movie in general, that's essentially what this is.
Yeah, killed.
It's just like just imagine your Captain America's, your Iron Man movies. Like they have like it's like toned down or not toned down, but like PG jokes that hit for both audiences, and then like more PG of violence, I guess, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For both so it's just like,
but
so like if you like if you're one of those people who are like Sonic is like a kid movie, but you like the Marvel DC type movies, you'll like this because it plays out the same, in my opinion. It feels the same.
I agree, but also like this is still, you can clearly tell this is for a, like if the Avengers, the Marvel movies were made for teenage audience, this is made for a kid audience.
Yeah.
So it's you'll still feel like that.
Yeah, but like I feel like it's like one of those things you can't tell on the trailer.
No.
You know what I mean? So like you have to go and watch it for you to be like, oh, okay, oh, dope. Like for example, this whole dance scene with Dr. Robotnik and his grandfather is it's not the same dance or anything like that, but like it feels just like how Deadpool feels. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then it's just like,
if not better.
Yeah.
If not better, not better than Deadpool. I'm not gonna say that, but like the dynamic and the comedy that Jim Carrey brings to this film.
Yeah.
And Jim Carrey playing his grandfather too, him acting with himself, that's such a big skill. He's a legend. I find it funny that he retires, unretires only for Sonic.
Yeah.
Okay. Ace Ventura could call this guy and he'd be like, nope. And Sonic 4 still happen.
You know, but to be fair, there's a lot of expectations for that versus Sonic.
I guess. I mean, no, there was a ton. This is Sonic. This is one of the biggest. What? This is a huge IP.
Yeah, but I don't think it's not. It doesn't. I don't consider like Sonic one of like the greatest anything in the world.
But it is. It is like units sold and like gaming history. Sonic is.
But not the movie. Is what I'm saying.
No, but the IP.
I know the
which
IP
is related to.
Yeah, the IP. Sure, it's like Sega's one and only. But I mean, as it relates to movies, I'm not expecting some super crazy anything from Sonic. Like, don't get me wrong, Sonic was really good, but it wasn't like this life-changing movie. It was just like a movie that like was a lot better than I thought it would be. Whereas like if you're talking about something like Ace Ventura, which to me is like probably 1 and 2, When Nature Calls, and Pet Detective, probably the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life. Like if he was to do an Ace Ventura like 3, there's a lot of expectations there. Just like how like there's like Dumb and Dumber. Like when they came back for the remake, like it's not the same. It's just like a certain time and place where it's just like
Jim Carrey's a legend, and I'm not saying. I just find it funny that it's Sonic that makes him unretire and makes him do a film.
Yeah.
But because I'm just like, if any of his other roles, if they were like, yo, make a, I don't know what's another famous.
I feel like he'd make another Grinch. You don't think so?
Maybe. But I don't know. That's the thing. Like the fact that I can really say and be like, "Yo, he's coming back for Sonic."
Yeah.
And I can be like, "I don't know about Grinch." Yeah, it's kind of crazy to me. But Jim Carrey is such a fascinating man and so funny.
Yeah, he is an oddball,
and he kills it. And he kills it in this film. I'm so happy he's having so much fun with that role. And he deserves it. He deserves to end his career however he wants it. And I'm so happy that he's found this joy in Sonic.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, also, by the way, not really a spoiler, there are end credit scenes for Sonic 2.
Yes, there are. There's 2 of them.
And they are both worth it.
They're both super cool. We can talk on them.
I guess, yeah.
We can talk on them.
They're again, just like any Marvel movie.
It does set up Sonic 4.
Yeah, it does set up Sonic 4.
With Amy and
Metal Sonic.
Metal Sonic. So super cool. We'll see what happens. Technically, Dr. Robotnik dies in the film, but I feel like he'll come back.
Same with Shadow.
That was actually same with no, but we saw Shadow also come back.
Yeah,
we saw his foot at the end, but we didn't see anything about Dr. Robotnik coming back. So maybe they'll touch on that on Sonic 4, or maybe he won't come back. Right? Maybe that was Jim Carrey actually saying goodbye. Which that would be a really funny way to put it, because that ending scene when he died. I'm gonna put that in quotations because I don't think he died, but. That was super funny to me when he was talking to his best friend there.
Yeah.
And he was just like...
But he kind of didn't know it.
He kind of just said, peace out.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was so funny. But
his friend was crying in the middle of the street.
Damn! Super sentimental, but really funny at the end of the day.
Lubricated, please.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. I lubricated.
So is it now the order?
Well. What's up?
Is it the order now?
Yeah, we can talk on that order. Yeah.
Well, is that the next one?
That is the next one. You're correct.
Oh, okay.
So I've talked about this film to like any and anyone that listens. Any and everyone that listens to me, I will speak about The Order, because The Order was my favorite. We're gonna get serious for this one. The Order was my favorite film of December 2024, and one of my favorite films I've seen in a very long time, if not ever. Like maybe top 10 films. This might be 10, 9, 8. One of those probably. The Order killed it. The Order killed it. Can you remind me? Can you check on my notes there? I wrote there the main character. So I know Robert with Bob.
Yeah.
So Robert, and that was played by Nicholas Hoult. Can you just quickly remind me? It was Jamie.
Yeah.
I don't know his actor, but whatever.
And then Terry.
That's what it was. Okay, perfect. So The Order's the best film last month, and just the story
probably the best film last year.
Best film last year. Wow. Yeah, probably
the best film last year.
This is based on true events, so already makes this film incredible just based off that alone. Not that like, oh, because it would happened, it's a better film. No, but just the fact that they could tell such a beautiful piece about something that happened in history, in real life, and make such a beautiful film out of that, to me, makes it better. So The Order is about Terry, who is a 65-year-old man, basically retiring from the police force. He was in the crimes investigation unit, and then he leaves to Colorado and wants to live a peaceful life. And so he's just like maybe, I forget what kind of cop he went down to, but he became a smaller cop.
Yeah, just a regular like beat cop, I guess.
Yeah, a regular beat cop, just to end his life and you know.
And his life is crazy, but
yeah, well, like wind down.
Yeah.
You know, retire.
Yeah.
So Terry, the main character is Terry, and that's what he's doing. And so while this is going on, we have Nicholas Holt's character Robert, who they call Bob throughout the film, who we get introduced with when he murders everyone he's doing a bank heist with it.
Yes.
Yeah. Bank heist with, he just murders them. So we're like, okay.
Which, by the way, Nicholas described this to me as a bank heist.
This movie. I saw this on Regal, and the first thing it says is like, bank heist about blah, blah, blah. And I literally looked at it and I go, yo, do you want to watch a film about bank heist? And he was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? And so we went and watched a film about bank heist, supposedly, and we were very surprised and very, I guess...
There's literally only one bank heist.
There's only one bank heist.
There's only one bank heist. It happens right in the beginning, and then that was it.
There's a couple other like bank things, but it has nothing to do with
they're robberies. Not really, yeah.
But those couldn't have been less what this film was
about. Yeah.
So, it's okay. Yeah, we're going, and Terry now, he has a huge hunch that like these bank robberies are bigger than they think, that people aren't taking them as seriously, and so he is really, really stressing out about these things, and Nicholas Hoult, Bob, Robert's character, is an anti-Semist, or what is it called? It was what's the word? The group of people, Aryan group person. He's one of the leaders. You give a really good explanation.
White supremacist, but yeah.
White supremacist. You give a really good comparison last time. So Nicholas Holt's character, Robert, we're gonna call him Bob for the rest of this, just make it easy.
Okay.
Bob, you said last time during the last podcast that will never be watched or heard. You said that he's like a Malcolm X compared to like a Martin Luther King, his dad, Bob's dad, who's also a white supremacist, but in more of a peaceful way.
Yeah.
Bob takes his approach as the only way things are going to change or happen or get done or with violence, killing, and with people really knowing that you guys are super serious about it.
Yeah. So essentially, Bob's dad wanted to gain power but Bob wanted to just take it.
Yeah.
So Bob's dad was all about getting white supremacists like in police stations, in office, as the mayor, as certain representatives, so that they could push certain policies to put white people in an even greater position of power. Yeah. Bob followed this book that the movie talks about that apparently is the cause of a lot of
terrorist actions that happen
involve
in the
more
country.
specifically white supremacy attacks. But it's called the Turner Diaries.
Yeah.
And this book literally
step by step
shows you how to overthrow a small government or
anything entirely. It kind of gives a step by step on how to become terrorists, how to give fear, and how to kind of get to what you want and take over any and everything. And super interesting. So that book is real. You can get that book.
Yeah, you can actually still buy that book.
Yeah, I have that book always on me at all times, just in case I have to take over anything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just
exactly.
A quick step by step. Yeah,
essential. Like 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah,
Turner Diaries.
This movie is really cool because it just throws you. Like again, we walked in the film not knowing this is a white supremacist film or anything to do with like a true story, nothing. And so when we saw a kid just banging it to Hitler.
Like
a kid.
Yeah, there's a scene where
they drive into the dad's church.
It's a camp. It's such a camp or a community, whatever you want to call it. And they just hit the High Hitler while they're on the seesaw.
Normal kid.
It's actually insane.
It was such an eye-opening scene. I damn near stood up.
It was okay.
I made that joke last time too. I damn near stood up.
But it was and it was really odd to see because
super odd. We don't see it anymore.
Or at all.
At all.
Yeah, at least not. I don't know how it is.
Not here not where we live.
Yeah, I know sundown towns exist.
There are some towns that exist.
I know there are sundown towns and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But me personally, I've never seen something that it's literally they're literally driving, and it's like a whole different world.
True.
They have their own church.
It's so creepy.
And
really is.
And really sterile. When they go to these places, they're like super duper clean and like dystopia. I don't know. I didn't really enjoy it. And then it was such a stark.
Why would you enjoy it?
I didn't really because the thing is right like Robert or Bob, whatever you want to call him, ridiculously charismatic guy.
Yeah.
And it was such a stark contrast to when you go to Robert's father's community.
Yeah.
It's almost like a military base.
It's almost
like a military base.
They're following the rules. They're being very, they're very well trained people.
Yeah.
And they're just slowly trying to. First of all, they all believe in their cause so much so, and you can tell that in the film, and it goes from there. So, then you go to Robert's. Yeah, you go to side of the world, and they it's like a family.
They got guns.
Yeah, they're barbecuing.
He's showing his son how to shoot, and then
the moms are all cooking, the guys are all relaxing. Yeah, they all eat together.
They're literally and it's
this is a Hispanic party with a bunch of white supremacists.
Literally,
that's it.
Literally,
no Hispanics allowed.
And then this is a Hispanic party. Yeah, exactly. But seriously, and it's it kind of makes you not wonder, but it kind of
makes you want to be a part of that.
Yeah, exactly. But seriously,
I do not want to be a part
of
any kind of things
because
like that.
Because you'll talk
it's eye opening because yes, you see
there's two scenes where I really realized how much of a problem he was.
Yeah,
and it's the first scene where he meets the detective, and they just hit it off. And he has zero suspicion about him.
We can talk about this. So so he goes. Terry is clearing his mind. He goes to this river and he's just trying to hunt a deer. And somehow Bob follows him without him knowing. Is eyeing him with a rifle, but not shooting at him. He's eyeing at the same deer he's pointing at before. He's always one step. He's in his shadow of Terry. And finally they meet and they confront each other. Bob knows exactly who Terry is.
Yeah.
Right? They've met at this point before. They, Terry...
But Bob had a mask on.
Bob had a mask on, right? And so they just start talking, and Bob's just a cool guy. He's really charismatic, like you say, and he's just a joy. And Terry's just man, what a nice guy, right? And he just goes out about his day, right? So before that, we'll throw that back and realize that Terry, you know, he's super suspicious about all these bank heists going on, and finally he basically almost catches one. He does catch one in the act.
Yeah.
They try to throw him off. He's too smart. He knows exactly where they're gonna be. He gets there, and his sidekick, whose name is Jamie, they weren't on the same page. This is a newer sidekick, this is a younger guy, and so
he's never seen any action.
Yeah,
essentially,
Terry's alone, and you know what? He's just got his pistol or shot. He's got a shotgun. He's running down, and Bob just knows it's him. He just drives right next to him, just stares at him with his rifle. Doesn't shoot, doesn't point at him, nothing. Just silently drives with the money, gets away. And Terry, he knows Terry's not going to shoot. This is such a big power move.
Yeah.
Knowing damn well Terry's not going to shoot right now.
Yeah.
I don't have to shoot right now. I'm one step ahead of this guy.
Yeah.
As much as he wants to be, as fast as he is, I'm faster. This is what Bob is saying. And so Terry goes back and he scolds Jamie, which being his sidekick. And so Jamie also had a beautiful character development in this film.
That was his turning point.
That was Jamie's turning point. So we met Jamie earlier on. Of course, it was really pivotal, but Jamie really did after Terry was like, yo, Jamie, you're not fit for this life no more, bro. Go home, get out of here. You can't be my partner. If that ever happens again, you're done. Jamie never lets that happen again, whether or not it was for good or bad. So I guess we'll talk about Terry. So I like the contrast between Terry and Bob as well. So not only Bob and his father, but Terry and Bob also kind of had a contrast going where, you know, Terry doesn't have a family. Bob has a family. Bob has a following. Bob has people loyal to him. Terry's alone.
Terry does have a family.
No. Terry's very alone. Terry's got Jamie.
Yeah, but he's got a wife and kid.
He's got a wife and kid that don't care about him, that don't like him. His wife doesn't talk to him. His kids don't like him. He's not very close with anyone. He's very much so alone. And Terry knows that, which is why this is so important to him. Which is why he put his career first, because he had nothing else to go to. But you know what? Jamie does have a family. And Jamie invites Terry to be part of his family. And seeing that whole movement was really, really wholesome.
Yeah.
Really cute. Until that scene, it was Jamie's kid's birthday party, and Terry's in the kitchen with Jamie's wife, and they're talking. And Jamie's wife does an incredible job. The actor does an incredible job, but also the character in general. She looks at him and she goes, "I don't like you."
Yeah.
She just straight up says, "Terry, I don't like you. I don't like who you are. I don't like what you make my husband do. I don't like who you're making my husband turn into. You're not good for me or my family." Speaking about her kid and Jamie, of course.
Yeah.
And Terry just sits there.
And he takes it.
And he takes it.
He just takes
it. Because he probably thinks she's right.
He knows she's right.
Terry knows who he is.
Yeah.
And he knows
she's right. I mean, I would imagine you learn something else a little bit later in the movie, but I imagine that like he's thinking about his last partner while she's saying those things.
But also even she asks about his kids. And he's probably thinking about that too. Like, they're not in my life for a reason, and I don't really have much connection with these people either. And so, you know, Terry knows why he's alone. Terry gets it, which is really sad. Because Terry's, at the end of the day, he's a good person. Maybe not the best, but he's trying.
Not a good role model,
Not a good role model, not a good father, not a good husband, maybe, but he's trying to be the best person he can be. And Bob just fucking makes him crumble and die with such a bad way. Don't want to spoil the whole movie, so just a couple other scenes that we loved with Jamie. A couple spoilers here. I highly recommend any and everyone to watch this film. So we'll talk on spoilers now, with just in case anyone's already seen the film or doesn't care to watch the film. But spoiling some things that really hit deep, that made this film a 9.5 out of 10 for me and you. With Jamie with his whole character development, and when he died.
Yeah.
When he died, that ate up. That whole scene was beautifully shot. When he got shot in the chest by Nicholas Hoult, by Bob, with such a good arm. That motherfucker's good at shooting a gun.
Yeah, he is.
And he hits him right in the chest, square in the chest. And because Jamie finally wants to prove Terry wrong and say, hey, I'm never going to let you down. I'm not letting this guy get away from us. To catch Bob, he's running on foot. I'm not letting him get away. Terry's not fast enough. He's too old. Jamie's young.
Yeah.
He's following him.
Yeah.
And he hits that corner. He keeps going. Terry hits that corner. He needs a break. You know, he stops a little bit. He says, Jamie, slow down. Next thing you know, bang, right square in the chest. Terry finally catches up, and he's running past, but Jamie's not running with him anymore.
Yeah.
and he just collapses onto his knees and eventually onto the ground. Like you said, there was that moment where he's just shooting blanks at Robert because he's dead, but he doesn't know it. He's still fighting for it. And Terry knows exactly what happened, but he didn't want to turn around.
Yeah.
It was a very slow scene, very quiet scene, and it sucked.
Yeah.
It sucked.
It did.
It hurt.
It did.
It hurt a lot. It did.
This scene was foreshadowed a little bit before.
Yeah, it was.
When they
right before this happened.
Yeah.
Where
they essentially spoke about how
Terry's last.
Yeah, because Terry saw himself, I guess, in Jamie.
Yeah.
About how passionate he was getting, how aggressive he was getting.
Yeah.
How badly he wanted this. Because at the end of the day, even though Jamie is white, his wife is not.
She's Hispanic.
Yeah. So this is a real big deal for him because not only will his wife not be able to live in peace, but neither will his kid.
Yeah.
So for him, he's also got a lot on the line here where he's just I don't want this to be I don't want this to happen to my town.
No.
Jamie is literally the reason that Terry even has a case to follow, because in the beginning of the movie when Terry first comes to the police station, they're trying to figure out who's making this commotion. Literally he goes to the chief of police or the sheriff, and the sheriff just tells him to drop it because
yeah, that's right,
because he's it's not going to do you any good.
It's not going to do nothing. Yeah.
And then Jamie comes and finds Terry outside the station. He's listen, I got some, I know what's going on. I can take you to where things are happening at, and it all comes down from there. And then again, Robert, what a scary dude.
Terrifying.
What a scary dude.
The fact that people like that walk around on this earth is terrifying to think. This guy's just human.
He's genuinely like a Hitler type person where he's
Seriously.
he's literally walking like no exaggeration. He literally walked into a rally and just amassed an entire crowd of followers. With just a speech. And he was able to he literally stole a whole crowd from his father.
And not just steal the crowd. He was these people were ready to kill people for this guy.
Yeah.
Actually kill people because they liked his speech that much.
Yeah.
I have never seen that ever. I will never see that in my lifetime, probably. No one do I know now can just go up, talk about something, and people will be that bloodlust and heavy and passionate and loyal to just start killing people. But yeah, so Jamie's whole character development was really, really cool to see, but really sad in the end. And then finally, when Terry and his other coworker drive to Jamie's wife's house, and Jamie's kid is out there on the lawn.
Yeah.
And the wife just comes out, and she just looks at them, and she sees Jamie's not there, and Terry just looks at her. And that scene, she just breaks down and goes back in. And that's it. That's all that had to be said. That was really sad. Really sad into Jamie's character, who is one of my favorite characters in this film. Fantastic actor. So, yeah. And so then it goes on. Terry now is not taking anything for granted. Yeah. He's making sure that Nicholas Holt's character, Bob, gets what he deserves. And they're going on the last couple steps of the plan now, and I guess, we'll skip to the end where Bob does his showdown, where the FBI finally took this shit seriously, and they're helping out Terry, and they catch Bob and all the rest of the guys that were helping out to get these plans underway. This terrorist group at the end of the day now. First, they find Bob's girl, not the girl that he had his kid with, but his actual wife that he loves, which is a really weird love story in there.
Yeah.
But just like the evil guy that Bob is, and when they talk to her, they go, "What's his plan?" She goes, "He never told me." She's serious. He never told her.
Yeah.
And they go, "You got to know something." She goes, "Nothing."
He legit from her perspective, he would just come home with bags of money, and she was like, "Oh."
Yeah. She's like, "Okay, cool." And he was like, "This is for you and me. This is for our family. This is for our future." She couldn't have kids, so he did something with someone else, but that was his girl, and that's it. But she was terrified of him as well. And
I think it was less that she was terrified, but more she was jealous, because she knew about the other person too.
Yeah, but I think she was scared of him, or maybe of what he was becoming. Because again, he didn't tell her anything, but the small things that she knew that was going on, she was terrified of. She was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "Don't worry about it. This is for our future. This is for everyone's better."
Yeah.
And then that scene when they ask her, "We're gonna catch him," and she goes, he's not gonna come out alive. Like, you're not gonna get him alive.
Yeah.
And that she knew her man well, because that end scene where they're in that building and they catch him.
True story, by the way.
True story, by the way. Yeah.
True story, by the way.
They catch him and he's alone. Bob's alone in this house with a giant army of artillery. This guy's got every gun in the book in this building somehow. And a whole group of maybe 12, 15 FBI officers.
Yeah, a SWAT team.
SWAT team storm the house. And Bob alone manages to injure and kill and fend off all of these people to where they have to evacuate.
Yeah, they literally had to smoke him out, essentially.
So they threw a smoke, and he was prepared. He had a smoke mask. Then they burned the house.
Yeah.
And that's it. They think he's coming out of this burning house. And he's not. And Terry was not having that. And Terry runs into that building. Doesn't matter how old Terry is, doesn't matter how bad he's doing. He gets into that burning building, and they stares Bob right in the face. He's like, man, I got you. I cornered you. This is it. I won. I beat you. And Bob just says, nah.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. Like, I'm not letting you have anything. He killed his best friend. He killed his dreams. He killed his everything. He's not letting him win this case either.
Yeah.
And Bob shoots at him, not really to kill him, but just to make him get away. And Terry eventually has to evacuate, and Bob dies in this bathtub by himself in a burning building. No end, no justice, no nothing.
Yeah. On his own terms.
What a powerful way to go out.
Yeah.
This guy's a badass, but also terribly intense.
The willpower was insane.
Yeah. And so Terry did not have a happy ending. This is not a happy film. This does not have any happy endings of any kind. This is just such a badass story and so beautifully shot. In the end, Terry does go to the river again, and he finally shoots that deer. The whole film, he was hesitating to shoot that deer. In the end, he finally shot it, but it was supposedly, I think they cut out before he shot it.
Yeah. It was implied.
What a fantastic film. That was genuinely the best film of last year. I agree with you. So please, any and everyone should watch that film. That was beautiful. I don't know. The sound design, cinematography. I can't say one mistake with that film.
Okay.
Not one. So, I guess the only thing is, like, if people don't like those kind of films.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But for me and for you, I guess it was 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
9.5 out of 10. Fucking amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's touch on Nosferatu now, which was Nicholas Hoult is also the main character of this one.
Yeah.
And, well, not the main character, I guess, sorry. Lily Rose Depp is the main character of this one. Nosferatu, the retelling of the 1930 film. You know, it was that older. It was like 18 something film.
18?
But look it up.
18?
Check real quick. I swear to God.
18 is insane.
This is an old film. Nosferatu is an old ass film. Great retelling of it. What did it come? 1930, I think.
1922.
Yeah, 1922, man. That's when you were born, right? That was when you were born.
1920, but
yeah, fair enough. Nosferatu, man.
Bill Skarsgård. I really enjoyed Bill Skarsgård as a vampire.
So fucking good.
But
Count Orlok is his name.
With that being said, I tried to watch the movie 2 times. I fell asleep twice.
You fell asleep twice. So yeah, that kind of gives it. It was a good film. You know, it's a good film.
Yeah.
It's slow. It's a slow film, and you're tired.
It's really slow.
So
it's actually really, really slow.
We won't talk too much. Aaron Taylor Johnson, though, this really showed his acting prowess. Where, like, Kraven, I was like, okay, it's Aaron Taylor Johnson. He can act, I guess, but no. Nosferatu. This brother can fucking act. This man, Aaron Taylor Johnson, murders his role as Thomas's best friend, Nicholas Holt's best friend in the film. He accepts Lily Depp into his home, and he's trying to help them out, and he loses everything. Aaron Taylor Johnson loses everything. His wife, his kids, everything. And eventually, when he breaks down, that scene was incredible. And when spoilers, I guess, when he died when he went to his wife's grave and he just hugged her And I was talking to one of our coworkers, and she said that she thinks he fucked her when she like a dead corpse. I think he fucked her dead corpse and then died with her right there because they find him laying on top of his dead wife dead. So Aaron Taylor Johnson went out like that. Incredible acting from Aaron Taylor Johnson, and his drip, insane, unmatched. He carried that over from Kraven.
He just can't not dress.
He can't not.
He just
he's
can't not
got
put it on,
bro.
He just can't not put it on.
That top hat is part of him.
God, it's actually insane.
Yo, if you could dress like that, would you?
Oh, 100%.
Every day?
100%.
I think so too.
100%. Cane and all.
Even if I don't need one.
No.
He's got it. And it's so funny to me, like, to know, like, this guy's...
Which is funny, because he's a young guy.
He's a young guy.
So he does not need... The cane is strictly for the fit. That's all the cane is there. It's just for the drip.
This guy's Willy Wonka,
it's just to look cool.
Yo, you know what's so crazy to me, too? I didn't think about this, bro. Seeing Aaron Taylor Johnson, in 18 pieces of clothing, knowing that this guy's ripped to fucking shreds all that, bro, is insane. Yeah. Knowing he's the most jacked guy in that film, you can't even tell. It's so crazy.
Speaking of, a lot of weird sexual undertones in the film that, like, you see vampire penis.
Yeah, you see a lot of vampire cock.
It's was not. I don't.
Hey, Bill Skarsgård's packing though.
I mean, it's like 6'4".
Yeah, he's got horse meat.
Golly.
What a crazy statement.
That was soft too.
Yeah, on soft. Wow. Let me just quickly say, because this film's still on theater, so you can still watch it. So I guess I don't want to spoil it too much, but the acting, I talked to a lot of people, and I've never been able to say this. This was a good film. Mm-hmm. The camera work was beautiful. The darkness of it.
Dude, there's a scene where he's walking in the forest.
Yeah.
And it's just the road and the trees, and it's got this like dark blue tint. It looked so good.
I'm telling you right now, the old castles and the scenery,
like the sets,
sets, the snowy forest, the snows in general, Germany.
Yeah.
The film was great. Mm-hmm. The roles, the characters were all great. Mm-hmm. Very, very good, very good. Mm-hmm. The story was obviously it's a banger. This is a 1920 film, and it still holds up now.
Well, I was told this is not like a retelling of that story. This is like a
whole spin on
it. Like Nosferatu is just the IP.
No, but
if you got what I'm trying to say,
Nosferatu does have this story though. Because I remember it had a whole conflict with Dracula. Dracula is the original vampire, mm-hmm. and Nosferatu stole the story of Dracula, from what I heard.
But I'm saying like if you watched them, they're like two different.
Oh.
They're not the same.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there is one film that is literally, this is a retelling of for sure one film. It's a Dracula film. One of the 1990 Dracula films.
A 90s one.
A 90s Dracula. Yeah, oh. I forget the exact name. It was a romantic horror, and it was literally the exact same story that Nosferatu had. It was the exact same story.
Oh, okay.
And it had good actors and everything. So,
but I'm assuming this one's more like.
This is darker.
Yeah.
This is a creepier horror film.
Yeah. Okay.
With just some sexual undertones. That was more of it had funniness to it. It had romantic funniness.
Gotcha.
But that being said, again, this is a great film in every aspect. But the best part, in my opinion, the best part of this film was the acting, not the characters, which is crazy. All of that was made. I've never been able to say my favorite part was the actual act of acting from everyone. Bill Skarsgård, Willem Dafoe, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Nicholas Hoult, Lily Rose Depp, even the side characters.
Relation?
Yeah, Johnny Depp's.
Okay.
Daughter. All of them murdered the roles with their acting. Mm-hmm. They're all exceptional actors, and this director can do that. As he directed The Lighthouse, he directed.
Yes.
What else did he direct? I forgot. I've watched all of them. So
okay. Robert Eggers.
Yeah, Robert Eggers. He directed The Lighthouse, which was a fantastic film. Some people didn't like it, but I loved The Lighthouse.
The Northman.
The Northman.
The Witch.
The Witch. Man, this guy, Robert Eggers.
Brothers.
What? Brothers?
The brothers.
With what is it? What God damn it. Sam Raimi Spider-Man, Mr. Tobey Maguire, and
That's what I'm. Is it this one or is this like a?
that's gotta be it. That's gotta be. There's only one Brothers film that I know. So we're thinking Tobey Maguire and whatever the other guy's name is. I forget.
I don't know.
So pretty good.
No,
It's not that one.
not that one actually.
That would have been really cool.
It's
Actually,
a 2015 one that has like.
that film probably rocks too. So Robert Eggers, man, kills it.
It's 11 minutes.
Oh, all right.
So short.
This is 11 minutes of pure insane madness.
Huh.
This is apparently Robert Eggers' like passion project, though. He really has been trying to make this film for forever.
Oh.
So he killed it, and his
You can definitely feel the passion.
whole acting crew killed it. The one sex scene that you have missed out on twice now.
Yeah.
Still, you gotta. I'm gonna pull this up for you. It's a
Okay.
crazy sex scene.
Okay.
Where they just start talking mad shit. Lily Rose Depp, she just starts talking mad shit to Nicholas Holt's face. And she's like, yo, Nosferatu fucks better than you. How can you compare with that fat ass schmear? So I understand, Lily Depp. She's like, yo, he fucks better than you. He makes me feel things. You sold me out. You're not a man. And they just start going at it.
So he got the freaking
Yo.
Oh my god, bro. What's this guy's name now? Now I can't remember. Hold on.
They were just pounding it. After talking the craziest shit. What a toxic relationship. That was wild to me. I was like, yo, that's how you feel right now?
He got the Antonio Banderas.
He's got that Antonio Banderas treatment, bro.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
Nicholas Holt gets broken down so fucking much. He's such a good actor after playing Bob and now playing Thomas and going
Kraven.
to playing... No, that's Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Oh, who you said?
Nicholas Holt.
Oh, Beast.
Yeah, Beast, right? He played Beast in X-Men First Class. I didn't think he was that good of an actor back then. Damn, that motherfucker's good.
They didn't give him the right roles.
He gave him the right roles, and now he's in them, and hopefully he's going to kill it with Lex Luthor as well.
Oh, yeah, and Superman.
And the Superman, the new Superman. So that's going to be incredible. But all in all, Nosferatu, we gave that an 8 out of 10.
I'm cool with that.
8 out of 10. It was slow. And as much as I love Bill Skarsgård and he fucking murdered that role, I loved his menacing ass voice. I couldn't understand him. I don't know half the shit that guy said.
Yeah, it's like...
What do you say?
Like, he had a really heavy accent, and it was like that really old
reverbed,
English. Yeah.
Old English. It was echoey. It was loud.
Yeah.
But man, I didn't hear a fucking word he said.
Yeah,
So,
most of the time, yeah, I couldn't understand him either.
Didn't got him. You know, not. You know, maybe I'm just stupid.
It might be better on a second watch.
Yeah,
if you can watch it with like but I mean like with subtitles.
You need subtitles.
Yeah.
You need subtitles,
Yeah.
or you need AI making subtitles for you immediately. So I'm gonna watch Nosferatu again for sure. You got to watch it another time, thrice now.
I think I finished it. I'm not
You
we're
gotta-
not
you
gonna
gotta
say
finish
watch
it.
it again. I thought I finished it.
Yeah. But 8 out of 10. And so we can talk about now Nicholas Holt a little bit because his acting. Actually, and Willem Dafoe. I want to talk about Willem Dafoe as he also killed it in Nosferatu. Willem Dafoe, man. What more can I say about such a legendary actor? Lighthouse. He was Green Goblin. He was the detective in American Psycho. He was now in Nosferatu, the crazy guy there. He was what else? He reprised his role as Green Goblin and murdered it again. He is in There's another role he's really good in. I'm trying to think.
Tell you right now.
We gotta know this stuff, man. Willem Dafoe just gets better with age.
Beetlejuice.
Yes, he was. He was the detective in Beetlejuice, the new one, Beetlejuice.
American Psycho.
Yeah, he was a detective in American Psycho.
He was in Finding Nemo.
I don't even know what he played in.
He was the fish with the scar.
This guy's so.
He was the fish with the. I'm literally the voice is coming to me now. Shark bait.
This guy's something else, bro.
Shark bait. Ooh.
This guy's something else, bro. Willem Dafoe, man.
He was in John Wick. He was in Death Note. In the live action, he played
No.
Ryuk. Yeah, he played Ryuk. He played Ryuk. He did play Ryuk actually.
Side note, I'm gonna show on the podcast. I took a video of a crazy cool Ryuk costume in New York Comic Con. I remember showing you. I'm gonna show them again. That was badass. Willem Dafoe though, he's done so many good roles. This man makes so many good films. Not makes, but he's part of so many good films. He's such a good actor. Honestly, I can't give enough props and respect to Willem Dafoe. That motherfucker's good. I think just because of him, bro, I'm gonna get into modeling and start hitting some of those poses he was doing.
It's actually insane. Do you see that like their photo shoot with the Spider-Man crew?
Yeah.
And they're all just mogging, bro. They're literally the jawline crazy.
I remember I told you this, but I'm telling you right now, bro. Willem Dafoe, in my opinion, is IRL Zoolander. Zoolander is Willem Dafoe, man.
I can see it. I can see it.
But okay, now we can talk about Nicholas Hoult, who has murdered everything I've seen lately as of him. And you just saw the Superman trailer. What'd you think? Give me some thoughts.
That is gonna be a Superman movie like Captain America: Civil War is a Captain America movie.
Okay, sure.
So like, maybe it's Superman the title, but that's a Justice League movie. If I ever seen the one, like, man, there's way too many characters for that just to be a Superman movie.
I'm sure
there's no way that these people have to just like these tiny cameos either.
I think they're just gonna be small cameos because I think the fact is that he's just gonna introduce the world of, and I say him as the director.
Yeah. James Gunn.
James Gunn. James Gunn is trying to make the best cinematic universe known to man. James Gunn is he's in control of DC. If you didn't know, right? So he took control of DC now.
Okay.
And so he is doing a mission. He has a mission to make sure that the Batman, which with the Penguin and all that new stuff, where it was I forget his name as well, but the guy that's doing all the Batman stuff.
He didn't direct the Penguin, did he?
What? No, he didn't direct the Penguin, but it's his world.
Okay.
It's his world. It's Robert Pattinson.
Because that whole thing is like really good in its own right. Like that's like as a show.
DC's killing it.
Yeah.
DC's killing it right now, and so I think, damn, Superman's gonna be a big movie, and gonna be a big thing. James Gunn, I think, is trying to do a lot of like where he's just trying to recreate and show us and introduce us to the world of Superman with all these characters, with all these superhero people. Because like, I hate whenever films are like, you watch a film, you're like, where are all the other superheroes?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're seeing a film, you're like, why are they so crazy about him when there's another guy down the block that has even more powers?
Yeah.
And James Gunn's not having that. He's like, yo, Superman's just one of the million other superpowered people. So it's not that crazy to people. But he's different for certain reasons.
Yeah.
Which is true in the comics. Is true why Superman started in the first place. This guy is a perfect man. And but not only a perfect man, but he's super
like morally, yeah.
He's got better moral ground. He's got a righteous way, and he's just destined to be that Superman for any and everyone. And he is hope to a lot of people. So I'm super excited, and I'm actually so excited to see Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor now, just after seeing him in all the roles I saw him last month. So that should be absolutely killer. But if you haven't seen that trailer, go watch that trailer. You've already seen it now, but yeah. Last thing before we head out of here is super late. It's 2:48 in the morning. Squid Game Season 2. This isn't a movie, but god damn it, did we watch it.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about it. What do you think? What do you think about Squid Game Season 2? You watched Squid Game Season 1, correct?
Yeah.
Can we just get... Because you didn't watch any Disney films, so you better have watched Squid Game Season 1.
I saw Squid Game Season 1.
All right, perfect. What did you think of Squid Game Season 1? What did you rate Squid Game Season 1?
I gave it like a 7.5. Did not like the ending.
You gave Squid Game Season 1 a 7.5?
I did not like the ending, man.
What?
The ending really killed it for me. I did not think it needed a part. I did not need a second season, personally.
It didn't need a second season. It doesn't need a second season. But that doesn't
So when you drag something out that I feel like doesn't need to be dragged out, it kind of like now again, I'm watching this season. It's gonna get another season. I guess I really can't judge it all until it's all there.
All done.
Yeah. But like in isolation, yeah, I gave it a 7.5.
Wow.
I mean, it just kind of defeated the purpose for me. He kind of like he did all that for his daughter to be debt free, and then he just like threw it all away. like to stop the games, I guess, essentially.
Yeah,
which he was never a hero.
He got a new purpose in life.
Yeah, he was never a hero to. Yeah, but his daughter's supposed to be his purpose. He was never a hero to me in that sense. You know what I mean?
He's not a hero either. So,
so then what's the point of that? Like,
I will say I gave season 1. I think I give it a 9 out of 10. I'd have to rewatch to see, but honestly I think I give it a 9 out of 10. First of all, I love Korean and I love Korean and Asian, I guess, shows or films or anything in general.
It was K-dramas and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude. The voice acting, all those are top notch. Yeah, acting in general is top notch in those films, and they always have such creative ways and ideas of making things. So they're incredible. But yet, I will say though, season 1 games, that was lightning in a bottle. That was perfect. It came out right when it had to come out. It captured so many audiences, so many eyes, and so many people that it can never recreate that. And no shows can really honestly recreate that. Like, as much as Netflix has a lot of shows that did do that, with whether it's what is it called, Stranger Things, whether it's with Squid Games, whether it's with what other Netflix show is like just killed popular?
I honestly don't know. I'm not too big on shows.
Yeah, I'm not too big on Netflix stuff either, but so Netflix has its fair share of those, but Squid Games really was out of nowhere. Yeah. Really out of nowhere. So season 2 though, I also wasn't really hyped about it. I honestly was not expecting a lot. I was like, this is just gonna be a money grab, especially with what I've been seeing Netflix pop out lately. I was like, it's gonna be pretty ass. It's gonna be a money grab. Whatever. I'll check into it, and no, I was pleasantly surprised. This is good, right? It's a good season, man.
It is.
It's a good show. It's
I can't lie. There's definitely some quotes in there that I really enjoy.
Yeah. The games are pretty good. Not the best.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
The recycling of like that sort of plot is kind of like whatever to me.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, it has the same plot.
Like the number one guy being the guy that they're going after.
But I like the fact that like
being on the same team as him. It's like, okay, I get it.
I like the fact that no one in the show knows, but the audience knows. Like me watching, I'm like, yo, like, no, that's the bad guy. No, no one's gonna hear me. No one can hear me. I like that. I like the fact when he wakes back up in the games, and all of them are like shit talking, like, oh, how do you know me? Oh, is this real? This is just games, this and that. And I know damn well when they're like, oh, who's gonna get the money? Oh, are we all gonna get the money? This and that. And I know damn well that you have to kill every one of them to get that money.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, these people don't know. These people don't know. And obviously they find out real quick, but I like that. I love the Russian roulette in the beginning, the first episode.
That
was badass.
Also, what a cool way to play rock paper scissors.
Yeah, rock paper scissors -1.
Yeah,
badass.
Never seen that before.
Yeah, super badass.
But very emotional scene.
So emotional.
Fire.
I loved it.
Honestly, fire. Yeah. But my favorite scene is my favorite quote came from that first episode when he's talking with the recruiter guy.
Oh, so fucking good.
And then the recruiter's like looks at him, and it's like yo, you're a piece of trash.
Yeah.
Who was lucky to make it out of the dumpster. I was like, damn.
And I love the fact that he's like, you could kill me right now. You got a gun. Go ahead, you can shoot me right now, but you got to admit that you are nothing, that you are garbage, that you're trash, and that you'll never be anything. And you got lucky. And then he turned back on his head and goes,
oh yeah, after he clicked it and he knew he was gonna die.
And he goes, the next bullet is going to be the bullet. And he goes, so you could easily turn that gun on me right now. But you gotta admit to me that you were just a lapdog, that you were also nothing, that you were heartless, that you could kill your own father for this trash ass games, and whatever else he said. And bang, kills himself. Badass.
Honestly, I was just really sad about it. Like, I didn't know anything about, like, everything I knew about him, I knew from that episode. Yeah. And he just, like, he stole the show for me.
He did.
Like, in the very beginning, it was actually crazy. Like, bro, when he was talking about killing his father, he was like, I knew this was for me. When he bought, I was like, oh yeah, you're evil. You're evil.
Yo, fuck you,
bro. It was so insane to me. I was like, oh yeah, this guy, this is how you do a villain.
This is how you do it.
This is how you do, because like, I am like, I'm a very big. I was talking to Mr. Winston about this too.
Okay.
And
a director we know.
Yeah, and he said that he enjoys when his villains are relatable.
Yeah.
And like have a decent backstory, but I like to think that a good villain is also someone who's like in it just for the love of the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like literally just because they like it. Like I feel like that's its own.
Because he also talked like he was like, oh, I was one of the pink soldiers. He was like, well, he's like, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to talk to these people. I want to make sure they get in there. I'm gonna make sure these trash gets into the trash bin. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure. I want to see them in person. I want to talk to all of them.
Yeah.
I want to get them in there. You know what I'm saying? And when he went to all the homeless people and he smashed all the food in front of them, and bro, he really did steal the show. Episode 1 to me was the best episode of the season.
Yeah. By far.
My hated thing, I talked to the director we know as well, Mr. Winchester. I talked to him about the one thing that I hated about the season, though, is the fact that, this season, unlike season 1 didn't know there was going to be a season 2. Season 2 knows there's going to be a season 3.
Okay.
And you can clearly tell because it introduces you to some pointless characters. It introduces you to some pointless scenes. It introduces you to some point garbage of the season. I'm sure in season 3 they'll wrap up. I'm sure in season 3 they'll all do something, right? But like the one pink soldier lady, the one that she fled from North Korea to South Korea.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Nothing happens with her. Her whole character, not the entire time. It ends, nothing. She is pointless. Why is she in the season then?
Yeah.
I understand in season 3 it's going to finish. Or maybe she'll be big in season 3. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like that. Why am I watching a season just to get prepared for another season? It's not how TV should work. That's not how series should work. We've gotten to the habit of that nowadays where there's like set up. But please, give me a full season. Give me setups and end them that season. It's cool to leave some things for the next season. But what the hell? Giving me pointless characters, giving me pointless nonsense that in the season doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the director I talked to him and he skipped through a lot of episodes or like a lot of parts, and so did I. I skipped through a ton of shit because it was like it felt like filler. Because it was basically filler. You know, maybe season 3 I'm gonna be really important that I needed to know that they went to 18 different islands to find him. Yeah. It's not important in season 2, I'll tell you that. Because nothing happens. And so I mean I'm excited for season 3, I will say. Now, like season 2 was good, so I'm excited for season 3, but all in all, I didn't like that fact. So was it a perfect season? Actually not. Was it better than season 1? Do you think so?
I think episode 1 was better than season 1, episode 1.
Yeah, of course.
But I don't know. There's also the whole thing for me of like I don't know. This whole idea of like risking your life for money is like kind of not really a big fan of that premise.
Yeah. Well, I gamble a lot, so I understand.
Yeah, but you're not throwing your life away for, you know what I mean?
No.
Like, and it's just so funny that these people are just like, oh, like what am I supposed to do with like 100 million?
Yeah.
Like, I'm 2 billion in debt. And it's like, all right, so then like, I mean, yeah, I guess you can clear debt by just offing yourself too. Like that whole thing is where like, there's like just certain characters who make decisions that like don't make any sense. And the show tries to compensate for that by like being like, oh, well, I'm not the only one that chose.
Yeah.
But I feel like those decisions affect other people too. So like if like for example, right, after the second game, you have like the trans woman, the grandma, the son, and then this other random lady, right? During the second game, everybody's cheering for them. They're doing these games in front of big audiences. They're essentially seeing them like we're seeing them, as like characters in the show, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They're all rooting for them. So like imagine, like everybody's gathered around in the dormitory. They're all talking about how like we can get out of here, pull our money together, clear our debt. Come to my place. This and this and that. And like it gets time to vote, and they're like, oh yeah, they're all gonna vote like to leave it, like cause I'm trying to get out of here too. And like out of those 4 people, 2 of them choose to stay again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, after almost dying, they choose to stay again, and you're just like, all right, these like now you're just like they're just not
people, you can't save them.
Yeah,
you cannot save them.
Literally, bro.
It's
like that happened like even on the main character's team too. It's like the Marine guy. Like what? Your friend is a billionaire. What was the purpose of you staying? I want to stay. He literally told you before you voted. When I get out of here, I'm gonna take care of you guys.
Yeah.
What was the point of you of people? No, but my debt. This guy's been throwing money away. Whatever little bit of debt you had, he would have took care of that for you.
Easy.
Like, there's certain stuff like that. I'm just like, all right, bro. Like,
no way. Yeah, I like it just because it like people are really like that. People are really that stupid.
Yeah,
genuinely.
I'm sure,
bro. Trust me.
But in a room full of 255, I don't think the majority are that stupid. Again, I understand.
I think so. I think they are.
I understand, so. and I guess I'm supposed to understand they're all gamblers. But again, this is not like you have money and you're trying to figure out if you're gonna risk a lot or not. This is like, am I gonna see tomorrow or not? You know what I mean? It's just not the same. These people were still living before they were in debt. You know what I mean?
But I don't know, man. It's tough.
I just don't see the perspective, bro. I feel like
I see. I think I see it. Honestly, I do. I really do. I feel like honestly, majority of people. I think 70% of the population need help.
I don't know, bro.
I think so. So
like even if you put it.
Maybe I'm just a pessimist. Maybe I just don't believe in people, but yeah. So I like that whole fact. I think they're talking a lot. I think they're saying a lot.
I mean, but I assume it's supposed to be some sort of commentary on like capitalism.
Yeah, I think so.
And like the way and like interest rates and debt and everything.
I mean, I love the fact that the show it really does harp on the fact that, like, yo, you guys all have free will. You can leave the games whenever you want. You did not have to come. You did not have to do anything. Just playing on the subway with the one guy.
Yeah.
Just take your money and go. You could make the 100K and go home. Mm-hmm. Right? But y'all all wanted more. Y'all all got a problem. And so it speaks on a couple of things like that. And yeah, obviously it does speak on capitalism and in debt and all these things. And so one life is more important than that. So.
Yeah. But again, like the other guy was saying too, it's like yeah, they all have a problem.
They got a problem.
So it's like,
yeah,
that's like trying to fault the crackhead for
taking crack.
Yeah, for like you know what I mean? It's like what did you think was gonna happen to these vulnerable people?
Hey,
when you toss something like that in their face?
They're
like,
all adults, right? And so
yeah, but they're fighting addiction.
They are. They're fighting addiction.
They're fighting addiction.
Really
you can't fault them for that.
I absolutely can.
I can't.
I absolutely can.
I can't.
I 100% can.
I can't fault them for that, bro. That's hard.
I understand.
That's hard,
I understand
bro.
it's hard, but they're the people that got themselves addicted.
That's hard.
So, what did you give Squid Game season 2? Man?
Season 2, I give it 7.5.
Okay, so same rating.
Yeah.
Okay, I gave it an 8.
I gave it an 8. Okay.
8 out of 10 for season 2. Mm-hmm. So we can settle at 7.5.
Now those might, like, if season 3 is the last season.
Yeah,
that might change. Like as a whole.
Right. Like me after seeing season 2, after seeing season 2, I think it made me respect and like kind of look back and like really fondly of season 1.
Okay.
So honestly, yeah. Obviously, when the show is complete and done, I probably have my different views on a lot of these things. But hey, you know what? We're gonna keep doing this podcast until season 3 comes out, and we better. That's the idea, right? We better. If the audio doesn't cut out anymore, then
if we have no audio this time, I give up.
I give up.
I give up.
We're never doing this again. I swear to God.
I give up,
never
bro.
doing this again. So
like all this equipment,
trash. We'll throw it out. That's it. I can't. I'm never doing this again. If it's on.
Yeah.
But we should be doing this until season 3 comes out. So it'd be cool to look back, and be like, oh shit, we gave season 2 a 7.5 out of 10. Maybe it's better or not. So
yeah.
All right, I am dead tired. I can't talk anymore. I know you're dead tired.
Oh, yeah.
So, well, this has been the Cinema Calendar. We should be watching every movie every month, and we are We're gonna try and release these every Sunday. That's the plan. If it's not every Sunday, all our family and friends will scold us. So, yeah. All right. Well, that's it. That's all I got. So,
I need to see.
Yeah, so
I need to see. Golly.